icons. An unforgettable night of classic hits. With the Commodores and Pointer Sisters. With special guests, the Spinners. November 14th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa. Get tickets now at casino.hardrock.com/Tampa or Ticketmaster.com. Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people. Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage. Navage. Breathe easy.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. It's the only place to see the world's best riders tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks, like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. It's big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Kia Center August 3rd and 4th. Brought to you by BKT Tires, Morgan & Morgan, and your local Ford dealers. Visit monsterjam.com today.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
I'm John Morgan, here to urge you to vote yes on Amendment 3 and legalize the adult use of marijuana. There are a lot of reasons to vote yes on Amendment 3, but let me give you one more good one. Today, too many adults are sitting in our jails simply because they were using marijuana, and that is just wrong. If I was your governor, I would free or parole every person in jail for possession and then expunge everyone's record. Amendment 3 will put a stop to this and let the cops fight real crime, not fake crime. I'm tired of people being thrown in jail for something that is less harmful than alcohol or opioids. So now let's finish what I started and join me, John Morgan, in voting yes for the people and for Amendment 3.
Vote yes on Amendment 3. Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private.
Or encrypted. Thank you. We only text in code.
Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes. Which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
What is GMTV-CC? It's a mouthful, but translation for GMTVCC.com is it's a brand new buying division of Gimme the VIN for classic and collector cars. Experienced pro buyers will appraise and make you an offer on that 1970 Hemi Cuda or Granddad's old 1985 square body Chevy truck. GMTVCC.com is where you go to get real money for classic and collector cars to get paid now. That's GMTVCC.com. Brought to you by Gimme the VIN.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Shh. Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance. Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BANK. B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, July 16th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from what killed Richard Simmons to a huge Disney hack leaks secret projects, and who is Trump's VP pick, J.D. Vance, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Video, photo, whatever you want. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is coming right into the studio in real time. It is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday.
Smash that bell. Share the show.
We did it.
Share
so you
the
have to
show.
do it too. Share the show today in any way you'd like. Go ahead and go to the live stream, hit that like button, or just take a link to the podcast, send it to your best friend, your worst enemy, whoever you want. We'd love you to share the show on a Share the Show Tuesday. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Pretty good. I'm feeling alive and well and ready to party.
Yeah? Oh, hey, what'd you think of Long Legs? You saw it, right?
Oh, buddy, I have quite the Sabby's 30-second review coming up during the next episode. Did you end up watching it?
Oh, yeah, we went to see it, yeah. And I said yesterday on the show, I've been torturing Courtney ever since. Like, when we're going to bed or when we're just doing anything, I'll be like, I'm going to put my long legs on. And I just keep saying this. It's the creepiest thing. I don't know what Nick Cage channeled for that, but...
I mean, there were so many elements to that.
Yeah.
My line has been busting through a door and been like, people say sleeping too long is a bad thing.
It's just, there's some weird lines for that movie. All right, we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show. Right now, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. By the way, quick pause. C-Lane, I didn't believe you in your intro. You said that everything was good and okay. It just didn't sound believable. Is something going awry? Is everything good in your world for real this morning?
Yeah, it's fine. It's good times.
Oh, it doesn't want to talk about it.
I can't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
remember, C-Lane, you have to tell Sean that. If not, he's going to mention it on the air.
Only thing I did was react because when I said you do it, he's like, yeah, everything is fantastic. Like there's somebody behind him with a gun pointed at his head or something.
No, there's not. But there is Christmas at HQ, apparently.
Yeah.
What? Again?
No, what do you mean again?
It's Christmas in July.
Yes, sir.
And,
remember last time they did Christmas too early and then they there was a rebellion?
That was they just put up some and by the way, I did not rebel again. Did I?
know, but
Neither
some
did I.
people...
That was totally you. And our sweet Rocky she immediately heard the show and what you said, Sean.
Are we calling
Lawson.
her Rocky now? I like it.
It wasn't only me. There was people who made videos about it, and there was a...
Well, she tore all the decorations down at that point.
Why listen to me and take decorations down?
They're having a legit Christmas in July party right now, like a sales thing, and I think people are invited in, so I probably shouldn't have wore flip-flops today.
Oh, no.
But they've got a lot of booze set up. Like
now we're talking.
Raquel's man on the wine table, which could be problematic. And
True.
Then there's a whole bunch of like neutrals and stuff in there, and so
smells delicious.
Grab one of those to deal with this secret problem you got going on. And nobody's going to judge you.
Not necessarily a problem. It's just, some things are in the works.
Stress? Some drama, some stress in the works?
Stop. Just, I'm going to tell you later. My gosh.
Anyways, where was our finger again?
Decon on YouTube says, sharing the show right now in the office. Well, thank you for that, Decon. That's much appreciated. Everybody else get to work following Decon's footsteps there. All right, let's put those ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse, all that good stuff. Here we go. We go to the world of baseball. Yeah. If it has balls and bats and sports stuff, we know what's going on with it. We are the Sports HQ for fanatics.
Yeah.
And let's go to baseball because there was a national anthem.
My guy.
I can't tell you how many people sent this to me, by the way. I don't know if people sent it to you and said something about the show, but everybody was like, you got to play this on the show.
I saw what I believe to be one of the first clips, and that was somebody watching it on their TV. Mm-hmm. And it was horrendous. But then as soon as I woke up, it was everywhere in HD, 1080p,
it kind of brought people back together. It's the political division lines erased for a second.
Yeah,
and
it's a good example of where our country is at right now, for sure.
I didn't watch it. I only watched the first. I watched like 15 seconds, and I was like, I'll save it because everybody was reacting to this. Have you heard this, Sealand? Because you asked about it this morning.
I heard a little bit of it.
Okay, all right, let's see. Here goes nothing, the national anthem at the All-Star game.
Rise if you're able, and kindly your caps.
Oh, is that new that they say rise if you're able? Because brutal if you're in a wheelchair.
I mean, this is home run derby. So there's a lot of different things happening. For example, the players on top of stars. In the middle of the
you're right. Yeah, it's a little weird. They got these giant stars.
These aren't graphics. No, they actually just brought out some stars for them to stand on.
Yeah, there's huge stars right in the infield that the players are standing on, and they're calling up somebody to sing this thing.
For the presentation of our nation's colors by the Texas Department of Public Safety Honor Guard.
You think those guns are loaded or real?
They're
blanks, you think they're real? You think they're, oh man, because like obviously after everything that's happened in the last handful of days here, I wonder if they're thinking about this differently. Oh, there's a thing. Did you hear about the thing?
Oh, yeah, I remember the thing.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard about the thing, but there was a thing this weekend. Mm-hmm. Updates on that forthcoming on the show, but let's see how bad this went. Present.
Tua.
Who is this person? It's not the Hawk Tua lady, is it?
No, it's not.
She kind of looks like her. When you said Hawk Tua, I was like, oh my God, is it the Hawk Tua lady?
Okay, so when I first saw it, I was like, no way, because there was a reason why this clip was going viral, but apparently it's 4-time Grammy nominated.
Oh, you don't know her name?
I do not know.
We'll get it here in a second.
The national anthem. Please welcome 4-time Grammy-nominated country singer-songwriter Ingrid Andress.
Oh, Ingrid Andress. Oh, my God. I didn't even know it was her with all the hits. She sings the Prairie Golden. She sings 3 Shots Over the Fence. You never heard of her?
No, I haven't. I mean, I feel like I will now.
Did you write down a couple songs that she sang?
No. I can riff off more. I know her. I have her first album, actually.
Sing it.
Drowning in Whiskey is probably the biggest song that she sings.
I don't think she's old enough to drink whiskey.
Heading Down to the Hootenanny is one of the bigger ones that people tend to sing along like karaoke style. I've made all of this up. I don't know if you guys
absolutely.
Clearly have no idea who this person is, but she's a country star of some type, and she should be able to sing.
Let's see how close you got. One of her songs is called Wishful Drinking.
All right, not far.
It's not Drowning in Whiskey, but it's close. Nothing about a hootenanny, though.
Damn it. Well, maybe we'll get a hootenanny here. Let's see. Is she praying?
She should be.
Can you see by the dawn's early light?
Okay, can you pause for a second? This is where it all goes downhill.
Okay, because I was just going to say that's not that bad, is it? I mean, the first couple bars are pretty good.
I feel like she changed keys somewhere between Oh Say and Can You See. But
we've talked about this a million times. It's like you have to start off low because of where you'll find yourself towards the end.
I would start with Whoa, See.
And she attempted that, but immediately went to the higher key.
Oh, no.
And then where it went from there is a journey in and of itself.
Oh, boy, here we go.
What's so proudly we hail
What's that?
by the twilight's last gleam.
Was it at the Twilights?
Hoots, broad stripes,
Watch your mouth.
and bright stars.
She said hoots.
That is an interesting change-up. Hoots, Broad Stripes, that's not in the actual Francis Scott Key version.
They're beautiful hoots and broad stripes, I'll tell you that much.
He's the guy, right? Scott Key, he's the man who did this one? I don't want to screw that up. I'll get all kinds of heat. No, I don't have anything written down on paper. It only says share the show Tuesday. That's all I got in front of me right now.
Perilous fight, or the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streamed.
What's happening?
It's all over the place.
And the
Here we go.
rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night.
Oh, if only it wasn't a ceremonial gun. If only.
Jesus, Sean, come on, man.
Just save us a little bit.
That's it. We're canceling the tour.
We'll get into that later.
I'm astonished that my showmate would say something like that. All creative things are on hold.
Do you imagine how many times our tour would have been canceled, C-Lane?
Oh, my God. I thought about that. They're referring to Jack Black responding to what happened at a Tenacious D concert
Should I not
the other
even print
day.
out the story?
No, we'll get to the details later in the next episode. That's why I
Yes.
didn't talk about that off the jump. But I did think, and C-Lane said it when he came in this morning too. What a overcorrection! Like it was just like they could have said like
tickets, man.
It's like an overcorrect and a toss into the bus at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like maybe the band is over. We'll get into all those details later. But I thought, like, if I said something on the show, like just now, and Sabrina and C-Lane were confronted with it, I would imagine you would just be like, yeah, I think that was stupid, and Sean's dumb for saying it, and
we don't
I
have
disagree.
tickets to sell. It depends. We do it right by our event.
If Jack Bradshaw came in there and said, we have to either fire Sean for this or
no, if
I don't know.
if you do something that's fireable, unfortunately, you put both of our jobs on the line.
Hey, look, I don't blame you, man. I would personally, because I'm a man of ethics and morals, I would stand up for the both of you, no matter what you said.
Well, thank you, but I don't think we would have any room to stand
Let's
up, my guy.
Let's test it out.
You think they're like, Sean's fired? You guys are the news junkie now? Yeah, right.
Sealand's like, you know what group of people I don't like? They just
back to
put
this.
something in there. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we were doing this.
That our flag was
Wait for it. But then, hold on. Go back for like 8 seconds. When she hits that high note and then the camera goes back to her, she does the behind the ear hair tuck. Like,
Is there any
I'm
shot?
flirting with you, America.
Just shoot me straight here. Is there any shot
puns
at
today.
all that she's doing this on purpose?
No.
I don't believe so.
No? You don't think like
When has it ever helped somebody's career to just destroy
I
the
don't know.
national
People
anthem?
don't seem to care about negative attention anymore. They're like, negative attention is still attention in the attention economy.
I think that she is having a real hard day today. Now,
My
granted,
God.
she's going to see some, uptick in her listening, the streaming, because people want to know who the hell she is.
Definitely.
But there has to be something that went wrong in her feedback, or maybe a reverb, or maybe they didn't play the background music. It's so bad that a lot of people are like, Fergie can now rest. We
She's
have
not gonna be brought up
found
anymore?
a new contender.
Oh, God. Could she really be that bad? I mean, she won like
Wait,
a
did
bunch
you just
of
hear that?
awards and stuff, or at least was nominated
Nominated.
for them. Yeah, maybe that's why she didn't get them. The crowd's like, whoa.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
She's like, all right,
hang on really quick.
whispering now.
Is this is in Texas, I think, right? Because they said there was the
Yeah.
Texas Honor Guard.
Uh-huh.
Is this one of those areas where they have a
chant back?
a place that they yell during the national anthem?
I believe that last one we just heard was.
Yeah. That
I
might have
know
been
it's
it.
That always
Soccer,
throws
like-
me off.
With knights or something like that everyone like, yeah, at the same time.
this
but there
may
was
have-
a solid boo before that as well.
It could have been in Dallas because it says UF Dallas on the tickers on the side of the stadium.
Right.
I don't know, but a soccer team wouldn't necessarily play at a stadium. Maybe they would. I don't know. Let's see how she finishes it here.
What?
But would a soccer team play at a baseball stadium? That's what I'm kind of getting at.
What
there.
soccer team are you thinking of?
UF Dallas, isn't that a soccer team?
Not that I know of.
I don't believe they have one. I haven't memorized all the soccer teams.
Uber Football Dallas or something? I don't know. Don't they have like UF in front of some of the soccer team names? Am I the crazy one over here?
Yes.
FC Soccer?
FA.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. That's different. Okay. Well, whatever it is, I don't know. It's just a thing on the side of the stadium.
For the land
Uh-oh.
of the free.
She's doing it on purpose.
No way, man.
Yes, she is. She has to be.
I mean, she's not a YouTube personality or comedian. What is the point of that? That was rough,
a
man.
Thing.
Play ball.
Yeah, I don't know. They should all just leave the stadium now. I think it's over with. For God's sake, that was rough.
So just to save you from all the emails you're probably already getting, we have an FC Dallas,
okay,
and an Austin FC.
Okay. I mean, look, I didn't know it was FC for football club. I'm not a sports guy. I apologize. I saw Dallas, and I thought it was a soccer team.
Maybe
thing.
you saw UT Dallas, as in the University of Texas at Dallas.
Oh, yeah, it could be that. I think it was UT then. All right,
Gotcha.
That's what we got it all cleared. It's the second biggest mistake behind the national anthem performance.
Put a vowel after that, and we're in trouble.
Sorry, everybody. Sorry about that. Okay. I'll get everything pulled together here in my
UTI.
world. And, yeah. Right.
I think a lot of people pulled over to really grab a piece of paper and a pen and wonder what I'm talking about. But it was a UTI. Yeah.
Yeah. We have so many things to talk about today. One thing that I was thinking, haven't seen it yet. Maybe it will be unveiled on Thursday during Trump's big speech at the Republican National Convention.
Wait, this thing's all week long?
Yeah, it's all week long.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It's just getting started with the vice presidential announcement of J.D. Vance, and now they're going to roll on with people like, who did they have yesterday? Amber Rose. And
Rose.
There's a couple other people that were up there. It's Strange Bedfellows at the RNC.
The guy from the Teamsters Union, too. The head of the Teamsters.
It's a strange look at a new Republican Party. And if you don't know why I would be saying that, it's because there wouldn't, generally speaking, be union representation at a Republican National Convention.
Correct.
That would be much more of a left-leaning policy choice to support unions, and yet there's something new going on here, especially with somebody like J.D. Vance. They're very much populist Republicans who are for the worker, and there's lots of new stuff that is happening at this Republican National Convention that's interesting to see. But I want to see the one thing that hasn't been revealed yet, and that is, what does Trump's ear look like? What are we looking at?
Bandage. It's a big bandage.
It's a big bandage on the top of that ear, and I heard his doctor had said that the whole top of the ear is blown off, just completely blown off, nothing there, which is a shame because
Which way does his hair go as far as that
it can
side
cover
swoop?
I think he could cover
Is
it.
But on that side?
If it would have just been a hole through the ear and he would have had the balls to rock some jewelry off the side of that.
About that.
Or like a gauge, yeah, that would have been fun.
Yeah, like some sort of an American flag dangling or something. It would be next level. It really would be a 5-point pole swing.
But I mean,
also the idea that had he been looking straight would have been dead is wild.
Oh yeah. He just
It's
millimeters.
absolutely insane to me.
There's so many things about that are crazy, but he hasn't shown his ear yet, and I wonder.
Show your ear.
If on Thursday he'll pop that ear
I'd like
out
to see
there.
your ear and your tax returns.
I'm more interested in the ear right now. I want to see what's going on under that bandage.
But, I mean, did anybody else look at former President Trump last night and see the bandage on his ear and think he definitely asked for a bigger bandage?
Oh yeah, dude, come on.
I don't know. He got popped in the ear by a bullet, so
Well, that bandage goes almost to the bottom of his ear.
Okay, fine. Then put your money where your mouth is. All right.
Whoa.
Are we looking at a bigger wound than George Foreman? Or Evander Holyfield? Evander Holyfield. He's the ear eater one,
We'll
right?
show a picture of him with a bandage on.
Well, I know we got to see the raw dog ear is what we have to see. I think we're talking about a pretty big chunk of that ear gone because of this assassination attempt. I think he's missing a big chunk of it.
Unless, of course, it was a blood pack.
But it was
conspiracy guy.
man, there's so many staged people out there.
I'll
Many
find the
staged
voice
people.
effect for that. Don't worry.
Let's hear how he came out at the Republican National Convention.
The next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
It looks like he's in 1993 and he has a wireless headset thing on for hands-free calling. It's like
So is this the same angle they used for WWE wrestler introductions?
Yeah. To be fair, this is how the conventions go. They're like, coming in, they bring the next person in. They got to try to make one of the most unexciting things, which is, to me personally, a political convention, exciting. And it's a whole scene there, which we'll get into. Big old bandage, though.
To the tip of Trump's ear.
I mean, that bandage is the whole ear. It really is. It's the whole thing. But
minus that little hangy part at the bottom.
Yeah, he's got his dangler out there. Man, good guy. Okay, so busy.
They said he looked a little more emotional than you would feel out of him. Like they were looking
he said
at
it's changed him. Yeah.
If you almost die.
Yeah, he said it's changed him. We'll know when he gives a speech on Thursday if kind of the things he's been saying and the way
he threw out the speech that was planned. We know that. So whatever it is,
he always does that. Is there ever a planned speech that he keeps?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like the part that was planned is shift delete.
No, I think she's talking about when he's doing the rallies. He's generally just
they have a teleprompter, but it means nothing.
He's riffing a little bit, but I don't think that's going to be the case for Thursday. So it'll be interesting to see what he says. All right, we got all that on the table and honestly a whole lot more. So if you'd like to join us, go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. When we come back, I want to talk about something else that has come up in the wake of this shooting that nobody's really discussing just yet, that concerns me for sure. Plus, new details on the Secret Service response that are blowing my mind right now. Wait till you hear this. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Introducing the latest way to hear the greatest station in the world. Just tell Siri to play Real Radio 104.1. You're welcome, iPhone users.
There's slowdowns on Florida's Turnpike northbound between I-4 and Turkey Lake Service Plaza. Delays southbound between Hancock Road and Oakland Exchange. Watch out for an accident on the ramp from Colonial Drive to State Road 408 westbound. That is partially blocked there. And there's delays through the city on I-4 eastbound between State Road 408 and Robinson Street. If you see any other traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Big news for veterans and first-time homebuyers. The Hometown Heroes program provides up to $35,000 down payment and closing costs. Get pre-approved at thatmortgagguydon.com.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny Final Expense Insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Frank Gay Services has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with our expert service. Experienced, professional, friendly, and speedy care that earned us thousands of 5-star reviews. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
The risk of getting injured increases as we get older, but aging without injury is possible. Get yearly eye and wellness exams and talk to your doctor about medicines you take that might increase your risk for falls or a car crash. Learn more at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private.
Or encrypted.
Or encrypted, thank you. We only text in code.
Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes. Which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private.
Or encrypted.
Or encrypted, thank you. We only text in code.
Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes. Which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
The best kept secret for couples and singles is a secret no more. Secret's Hideaway Resort and Spa, Kissimmee's adults only resort, is hosting the Monsters in the Morning for a live broadcast 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Friday, July 26th. Come on by for the live show and stay for the Secret's sexy Christmas in July event and pool party on Saturday, July 27th. Visit secretsfl.com. That's secretsfl.com for more information and to make your reservations.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial pound law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank, B-A-N-K, bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Vance at the Trump event where he was shot in the ear, and this loser blasted his ear off, and thank God just narrowly missed killing the former president. A lot of reaction to that, obviously, over the last couple of days. But one thing that nobody's really talking about that I think is super interesting is this case proves, to me at least, that it must be easier than ever to get into our phones. Because they got into this guy's phone, this 20-year-old who shot Trump, and then his head was burst like a grape by one of these snipers.
I'm curious because for a while, Apple, at least if this was an iPhone, Apple was fighting for not allowing the government to access the phones.
Right, yeah.
So,
yeah, but isn't it a hard stance for them to take, Sealand, if they go, the government or the cops or the Secret Service goes, we want to get into this guy's phone. He tried to kill former President Trump. And they're like, no, and they're protecting that guy's phone. I think that's kind of a tough look.
It's tough. I could see where they would go like, it's still so hard to be like, well, it's a slippery slope, you know.
I know.
First we allow you into this guy's phone, then it's
Which
everybody's.
I agree with, actually. I agree with that. I think that's true. I think we should have security on our phones that cops shouldn't just be able to bypass.
But, I mean, there's all kinds of people that hack phones. Does the government not just seek out other methods of getting into a phone without Apple's approval or help?
I'm not sure, but I know now it was within 24 hours they were in this guy's phone. Within 24 hours, they have busted into his iPhone. And it's not like they're swerving it in front of his face to activate the camera.
It's a little mangled, I would imagine.
Face was blown off, so they're not exactly using that to unlock the device here.
That's really shot.
Yeah, you didn't see the photos? You probably won't want to look at that.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll just take your word for it.
Yeah, there's some pictures of him on that rooftop, which, of course, according to the stage people, that also set up, you know, I'm sure they've staged him up there and put some blood packs on his face. All of this makes perfect sense.
Well, somebody had to hire him.
Yeah. The people who hired him are going to be very quiet because they must be well paid off. That's the biggest secret in the land right now. So many people. I don't know if they actually believe it or not, but a lot of people saying that kind of stuff. Just 2 days after the attempted assassination at former President Donald Trump's rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, the FBI announced it gained access to the shooter's phone. The Bureau has not disclosed how it broke into the phone or what has been found on it, but the speed with which it did it is so significant, and security experts say it points to the increased efficacy of phone hacking tools. So with a rapid speed, they were able to get into the shooter's phone. Now, as far as I can tell, they haven't found anything on the shooter's phone. Why? Because this is the most quizzical, bizarre gunman since the Las Vegas shooting, as best I can tell. Yeah. This is a person who gave $15 to a progressive cause only to register as a Republican voter a handful of months later.
And nothing online.
Nothing online. Who is like hyped up enough to try to assassinate a former president but has no online footprint? What is the percentage of people that fits that mold? That's very rare.
Was that real that he appeared in like a video that's now been pulled from some
100%
private military company? Which company was it?
BlackRock. He was in a BlackRock video, and I've seen so many bizarre things of him. Now, somebody told me yesterday in a thread on Facebook, but they were probably full of it because most people have no idea what they're talking about. They said there's a video of him saying that he hates Trump and he hates Trump supporters and blah, blah, blah. I have not seen that, and I have seen a lot. I've seen a video of him claiming his penis was 10 inches long. I've seen multiple videos of him getting bullied in class, or people messing with him, you could say, like pulling at his pants leg and things like that. I've seen all of the
stinky
footage.
nuts,
whatever it might be. I've seen all of these clips, but I haven't seen anything like that. I've seen friends who have said he was conservative, and when they had class events where they would have to stand in this section if they had this political opinion or stand in this section if they had another, he would always be at odds with everybody's opinion.
Is that PE?
No. I don't know what class he would even do that in, but it seems like a weird assignment to have. But somebody was suggesting that happened. And then I've seen other interviews where people said, I told him that I supported Trump, and he said, well, that's stupid, isn't it? And so it's like impossible. This kid's like a fish. He's like slippery, and you can't figure out what the hell was motivating him.
I thought
other
it was
than the
with
fact
low attention span.
And you're coming from a generation, though, of other classmates who are down to go viral and be like the next classmate that says something about him. So you really got to wonder.
That's true.
What is true or not, or how much is vamped up just so that they can be the next quote.
Would I be surprised if some of these students who are friends of his or acquaintances of his are totally making stuff up because they know the media will eat it up? Not at all. No, I would not be. It's very hard to follow. One thing is for sure, he clearly hated former President Trump because he wanted to put a bullet in his head. Generally, you don't do that to people you like. That's what's so strange about people searching for the motive, where I go, the motive
was to kill him.
To kill the former president. What do you think the motive was? What was the motive? He crawled on a roof, shot a gun at him a whole bunch of times. What do you think the motive was? The motive was he wanted to kill the former president. And why he wanted to do that, if you want to go deeper into a motive, I don't know how useful that even is. Sometimes we just chase after that because we want it to all line up. But more so now than ever, law enforcement have these tools where they could just get into our phones. And I don't know if there's like stuff to counter this. Like, is there an app that you could get that would have a countdown timer, and when it hit 0, it deleted everything on your phone, and then it can never be retrieved? Is that a thing?
That would be a lot on your phone to like.
I don't know if they do that.
You could destroy your phone, but there's still the cloud, and there's still what your service provider has.
Plus, I don't think Apple or Android or whoever would want to have a feature that would do that. It's almost like back in the day, somebody made a Burger King, I think, made an app for Facebook, and the app required you to unfriend like 20 people or something. And if you did, you got a free Whopper from Burger King. And Facebook said, hell no. And they nuked the app from Burger King because they were like, this is against what we want here. And so a lot of software doesn't allow you to kind of self-destruct.
Why would Burger King do that?
I don't know. It worked for a little while. I think it was called, Google this to see if I'm wrong. I always try to check myself here because this was a long time ago, I think. Whopper Sacrifice, I think was the name of it. And you were supposed to unfriend people. And when you did, you got a free Whopper. And then Facebook was like, no, we don't want people to do that. They'll be unfriending people and losing connections across our platform.
Whopper Sacrifice was an advertising campaign which was launched in January of 2009. After unfriending 10 people on Facebook, people were eligible for a free Whopper by Burger King. Apparently, Burger King told them that they were worth 1/10 of a Whopper.
That hurts a little bit. It's kind of painful. But yeah, they tend to do that kind of stuff. So what do you think? Should law enforcement in a case like this be granted access even by the companies if need be to get into the phones because it's just that pertinent that they get that information? Or should you have the freedom of your information being private even if you're accused of a crime this horrific? That's something that people need to think about because it's certainly part of our future if law enforcement can get in this dude's phone within 48 hours. I got the new details on the Secret Service response that are mind-blowing. We will get into those next. Want to hear from you as well. Send in your dispatches over at thenewsjunkie.com. That is coming up next on The News Junkie.
All aboard for real Yacht Rock weekends. Weekend this summer on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. This afternoon, we're going to top out at 94 degrees, feeling like 108 with the humidity. Our rain chance at 60%, so we'll see numerous downpours, lightning storms, and wind gusts over 40 or even up to 50 miles per hour. Now, our storm chances tomorrow drop to 30%, but they'll ramp back up this weekend to another likely 70% chance during the afternoon. So stay storm aware if you're doing anything outdoors.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Folks, I'm proud to tell you about Mills Air, an amazing company, a company that's going to help you out and make sure you're staying cool through the summer months. A company that can help you get that power bill down if those numbers are creeping way up every month when the bill comes in. A company that's locally owned and operated, family owned and operated, and a company I love, which is Mills Air. They are the best of the best. I'm so confident in sending you over to Mills Air that you are going to have a good experience with them. They've been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. They are fair. That's what they strive for. They're also incredibly skilled. They are carrier factory authorized dealers, and they can get you rebates up to $1,275 for a brand new carrier unit. You could always turn to the experts, and you could always turn to Mills Air. Plus, you can sign up for preventative maintenance that can save you money and detect an upcoming breakdown. 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Thank you from Fence Outlet, Central Florida's top fencing company. As we celebrate 30 years in business, we want to thank our customers for their trust and support. We couldn't have reached this milestone without you. Find out more at fenceoutlet.com.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickley.com.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Wow. Biden's at it again.
Inflation, rising costs for everything. What now?
Try big government control of our Medicare drug benefit.
The more I hear, the more it seems we can't afford Biden's Medicare agenda.
They're right. And it's because seniors are already feeling the pain of Biden's drug coverage changes, with almost 2 million forced from their plans and spiked premiums for nearly 5 million more. Now, Congress wants to expand the Biden Medicare agenda even more. But studies show Biden's plan will restrict access, shrink coverage, and limit availability of needed drugs for all seniors. Thankfully, Senator Rick Scott is a champion for Medicare drug coverage. Call him at 202-224-3121. Urge him to stop Biden's radical Medicare changes by opposing S-1246 now. Paid for by Seniors for Better Care.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Call 844-ADD-HELP-5. That's 844-ADD-HELP-5.
Get into summer with iHeart 80s. iHeart 80s goes commercial-free this weekend and every weekend. Open the app, search iHeart 80s, and start listening now. Free never sounded so good.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Don't miss up to 70% off select major appliances at the Lowe's closeout event. But hurry, these deals are too good to last because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/7 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening.
James emails the show. Hey, junkies, he says, it's your listening fan from Pittsburgh, James. Well, hello, James. This past Saturday is still hard to believe, he says. I can assume he's talking about the Trump shooting. And he says, the rally was only a half hour from downtown Pittsburgh, so I've been to those fairgrounds numerous times. The fairgrounds are huge with lots of different places for somebody to sneak in, so I'm surprised there wasn't more local police there. I'm not saying to put the blame all on them, but they should have been able to stop it. I had numerous friends and family that attended, so I'm still in shock about what happened. Thank you as always, says James. Thank you, James, for the email. I put the blame square on, almost completely, full stop, on the Secret Service here. The idea that the Secret Service response to this was that area was outside of our security bubble is brain dead. It is just a brain dead take to say that area was outside of our security bubble.
It's not like there were a lot of buildings in the area. It's not like there were, this was just a place littered with possible buildings and places that you could get a line of sight. It wasn't a lot.
It was literally, if you said, what would be a dream spot for a sniper to take out a speaker? That would be the place that you would say. It was 480 feet away from the president. The idea that the Secret Service would be like, that's outside our bubble of security is just brain dead. It makes absolutely no sense. Heads should roll over there, starting with the head of the Secret Service. She should be fired immediately. This was a huge failure on their part. Now, I'm not saying there's not heroes and incredibly brave people in the Secret Service. There absolutely is, but their planning here was garbage. It was really, really bad. And I'll give you some more.
Very surprising.
I'll give you some more details on what happened because CBS News just ran a story. And they talked about what went down with the Secret Service response, and it's crazy. I'll get to that in a second.
I already saw something on Hulu, I think.
Oh, I did too.
No way.
I haven't watched it.
They already flipped it.
But it was something like ABC News, the attack on Trump minute by minute.
Yes, I saw that too, and I was like, remember when documentaries took years?
Yeah.
now they're like, the event ends, and on the way out,
research, we're first.
They hand you a DVD on the way out of the event, and you're like, all right, it's a documentary.
I've actually gone to a concert like that. The documentary, I would be interested to see how in depth it is because of the proximity in time to when the event actually happened, and then let's watch it a year later, 2 years later, and see what they got wrong.
Right. Because imagine if you did that on 9/12, you're not going to know what the hell's going on. And sure, this is a smaller scale event, but it's like we still don't know a lot. Still, at this point, we don't know a lot. Jerky Boy emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I had said that somebody on Facebook suggested there was video of the Trump shooter, and they said that he was saying, I hate Trump supporters, I hate Republicans, yada, yada, yada. And Jerky Boy takes my challenge and emails a link of him saying this to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Unfortunately for Jerky Boy, that is not the shooter. This is a person who is wrongly identified as the shooter for 45 minutes, and now dodos keep passing around the footage of this long-haired guy. That is not him. That's not the correct person. Unfortunately, there's a lot of misinformation out there. And at tips@thenewsjunkie.com, Valerie emails, and she said, the dam in Nashville, Illinois, which is a little confusing, is failing. Surrounding areas are currently being evacuated, and she sends a YouTube link. I don't know if this is footage of this actually happening or
we do have on the line Senator Charlie Meyer. And Mr. Meyer, if you can hear us, please unmute yourself on the line. But are you there, sir?
Oh, hopefully he's there. Fingers crossed. Oh.
Give him a second to see if we can unmute.
This is so awkward when this happens on live TV.
But I love that she still used the news voice. It's like, sir, we are waiting for you to unmute yourself.
I guess the guy says, get out if you can. Get out if you can if you're in this area because the dam's about to break.
Someone who can tell us, the situation.
Fired.
Oh, hello.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, very sorry.
Republican National Convention and too many people are up here on phones. So
understand.
It's a long thing, but he says, get out if you can. If you're in that area.
He's about to cry.
Nashville, Illinois, the dam is about to burst, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Okay, to these details, because I've been teasing this. This is from Olivia Rinaldi on X/Twitter. She is a campaign reporter for CBS and not somebody who's like some partisan fool, as far as I know. And she says, stunning new details from CBS News on how Secret Service snipers noticed the shooter before the Trump rally in Butler, Pennsylvania on Saturday. There were 3 snipers stationed inside the building the shooter was on top of. I'll say that again. There were 3 snipers stationed inside the building the shooter was on top of. So he's on the roof, and there are 3 snipers inside of there, according to a local law enforcement officer with direct knowledge of what's happening.
I'm seeing the video where they're like, hey, there's someone on the roof. There's someone climbing on the roof. And within that video, that would have been red alert in any other situation, it seems.
I would think so.
Very bizarre to me.
I don't understand the response. If people are saying, hey, there's a guy with a gun on the roof, and when you look over, and I saw the same video, I'm sure that you saw, Sabrina, you can see the guy like kind of army crawling on the roof.
And then he gets up and then down, and then people are yelling at it.
It's crazy to me.
It's wild to think, because I could say a certain phrase right now and would have Secret Service here in 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But that situation?
I don't get it. I don't know why things went so wrong. It continues. One of the snipers inside saw Crooks outside looking up at the roof, observing the building, and then he disappeared. So they see him casing the building that he eventually would go on. Then Crooks came back. He sat down. He was looking on his phone, and at one point, one of the snipers took a picture of him.
No way.
So this guy, his behavior was so strange. One of the snipers for the Secret Service took a photograph of him. What's this strange guy doing on this building that we're inside of? What's he looking at? Then Crooks took out a rangefinder. Okay, he's got a rangefinder. He takes out, and the sniper radios to the command post. Crooks disappeared again and came back a third time with a backpack. I'm going to stop there. All right, all of this nonsense aside. If the Secret Service knows that there's a strange man who, by the way, was flagged the moment he came into the viewing area, right? 30 full minutes before this shooting took place, they said there's something strange about this guy, and the local authorities flagged him as a problem, and he disappeared into the crowd, right? Then they see him outside the building that they're in. They think he's so strange, they take a picture of him, and they see him with a goddamn rangefinder. And their response is not to get the president off the stage immediately? What in Sam hell is happening here? That seems so obvious to me. Hey, we got somebody casing a building here within shot of the president. We got somebody looking at a rangefinder. We got all the information you absolutely could ask for on this, and nobody does anything except for take a photograph of him.
Now, a rangefinder is no more than just a fancy telescope or fancy like binoculars that
like the scope
that tell you but I think it tells you because they use them for golf, right?
Yeah, they look like this. If you haven't seen them, I'll pull them up for the stream people. It's like a single side binocular type thing.
Okay.
That you can look through. It is used for golf sometimes. Mostly, I would say it's used for golf and shooting. So. Yeah. If you would take a look at this and think that the guy was about to do a putt or get out his irons,
then how different this would all be if he just like set up a tee.
Yeah, it would have been very different. Or if they just said, hey, maybe the guy with the rangefinder is a danger, so we should do something about this.
I'm also curious if there were times before where, do we know of every attempt that's been thwarted? Like, were there times before where they would see somebody like this and they would have time to get to him?
It could be that that's the case. I don't know if we would just know that automatically.
I mean, the vibe of the whole thing was weird because even after the shots were fired, I mean, I was blown away by the crowd's reaction. Where
the crowd was like clapping and applauding afterwards.
I mean, it was ducked down. Nobody really moved. And then phones were up and cheering.
Yeah.
I all of it was just so strange.
It's surreal. It is
to me.
Okay, we're just getting started on this weirdness because it gets even more bizarre with what the Secret Service did. We'll get to that next, and we'll get to kind of the timelines that they had. We're also going to hear from you. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
All the cool kids are doing it, and you want to be like the cool kids, don't you? Well, don't you? The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Heading through the city on I-4, there's delays eastbound between State Road 408 and Robinson Street. There's a couple accidents to keep an eye out for this afternoon. Central Florida Parkway westbound at International Drive. The on-ramp from Colonial Drive to State Road 408 westbound, that is partially blocked due to an accident. And authorities are clearing up an accident on the off-ramp from I-4 westbound to Fairbanks Avenue. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment to get started, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote today at directauto.com. Down payments vary. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice, watch the roulette wheel spin, and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star, sip cocktails that shimmer, then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa, located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Tired of taking allergy pills every day to treat your allergies? Aspire Allergy and Sinus has helped thousands, including me, who spent years suffering before finally doing something. Like Aaron, most migraines were alleviated almost immediately after a sinus surgery with Aspire. Or Julie, who didn't even realize it was allergy season because she felt so much better after taking her allergy drops. Fixing your allergies are easier than you think it is. Go to AspireAllergy.com to set your appointment today. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Tell your doctor if you've fallen, if you worry about falling, or if you feel unsteady when standing or walking, especially if you are 65 or older. Don't let a fall interfere with your independence. Learn more about preventing injuries at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
Planning on an event? Add a refreshing twist to Jeremiah's Italian Ice Catering. Treat your team to an ice party they'll love. Hop on to jeremiahsice.com to find your nearest location and start planning today. That's jeremiahsice.com.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're struggling to lose weight, here's good news. It's called RM3 from Red Mountain Weight Loss. RM3 is a natural hormone that burns fat from problem areas like your belly, hips, and thighs, helping you lose up to 20 pounds or more per month. It's safe for men and women, and it's not a stimulant, so you won't feel nervous or jittery. Red Mountain has been helping people lose weight and avoid surgery for over 25 years. But there's never been a program this successful because RM3 helps overcome issues that cause weight gain, like a slowing metabolism, hormone imbalance, or menopause. This patented medication is available only by prescription, and you can only get it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Why leave your weight loss in the hands of an online pharmacy when you can trust the medical professionals at Red Mountain Weight Loss? Schedule your appointment today, and we'll ship medication direct to your door. Lose up to 20 pounds by this time next month at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. B-O-N-U-S. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
The vision I had, if you wanted to try to assassinate the president, not something I spent long hours contemplating, if I'm honest with you. But when I did think about that, I completely and totally thought like some Ocean's 11 style plot where, You know, you got a whole handful of guys.
Right.
One's the hacker. You know, there's all these people working together in tandem. One is just like a crack shot, and he's the best of the best, and he competed in shooting trials in the Olympics or something. And
I mean, think about what it took to, I don't know, assassinate is not the right word, but to kill the terrorists, like Osama bin Laden.
The SEAL Team 6.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like, it seemed like it would take a lot more. Then again, go back to the past to the presidents of the United States that have been assassinated.
Uh-huh.
And, like, do we know that it took all that much? I mean, it was a very different time with Lincoln.
Is that the big lesson
Kennedy.
here? Because there's three potential paths. One is the Secret Service let it happen, right? That's one potential path. The other one is there is just Uvalde levels of incompetence on display here from the Secret Service staff that was at Trump's speech in Pennsylvania. And the third and final option is maybe the most frightening. It's just actually that easy to try to kill a president.
Not anymore.
God.
If that's the case, this is where we start rewriting some rule books.
Homeboy just went to the store and got 50 rounds and got back in his car, told his dad he was going to the shooting range, pulled up to this event, wandered over to the building, says, this building looks good. Secret Service people saw him, took a picture of him, and then he comes back with his rangefinder. He's looking down his rangefinder. Hey, can I shoot him from here? Yeah, I think I could shoot him from here. The Secret Service sees that.
People are
This is
yelling.
a problem.
And there's snipers there that could hear yelling and go on over. And
gets his gun, climbs up on the roof of the building that snipers are inside of. Everybody's yelling at him, like Sabrina just said. That people are going, hey, there's a guy with a gun. And he moseys over and fires off a bunch of shots at the former president. Is it that easy? Is that the revelation? Because that is frightening, friend. That is frightening. I mean, I guess all you had to be was, near the grassy knoll to fire off a couple at JFK. And in this case, even easier. You just, make your way on over and fire off a couple and sort out the rest on the other side. And in the nonsense category today, definitely not the news category. This is definitely the nonsense category. Back, baby. This is the dumbest thing I've seen so far. And I will get into more of the story from CBS about just how bad the Secret Service did and in the reaction. Well, look at this TMZ headline. It says, Trump shooter Thomas Matthew Crook's official cause of death released.
Oh.
Geez, wonder what it was. Could it have been that massive hole in his face where the sniper got him? Like, the cause of it, what do we think he had, like, underlying conditions? Maybe. We know how he died. That's not news. Everybody knows.
Clicks with our giant water bottles on TMZ Live.
I guess they maybe needed some more content, and this is where they landed. But
some would say blunt force trauma to the head.
Yeah, man, all of it is just so crazy. All right, let's go back to this because this CBS story is insane. From Olivia Rinaldi. It says, stunning new details from CBS on how Secret Service snipers noticed the shooter before the Trump rally in Butler, Pennsylvania on Saturday. Now, I'll walk away from the tweet for 1 second and tell you something else. Local officials said the moment that the shooter arrived to the event, he was seen as suspicious. This was some 30 minutes before any shots rang out. So 30 minutes beforehand, people are going, that guy looks suspicious. Maybe something's going to happen with this guy. All right. And then we learned that there were 3 snipers stationed inside the very building that the shooter was on, according to a local law enforcement officer with direct knowledge. One of the snipers inside saw Crooks outside looking up at the roof. So he's casing the building. He's observing the building, and then he disappeared, according to local law enforcement. What a trick. Then Crooks came back, sat down, and was looking on his phone. And at that point, one of the snipers take out their phone. The law enforcement official takes out their phone and takes a picture of him because he's doing weird stuff. Then Crooks took out a rangefinder, which you use to see if you're downrange and able to shoot a target. And the sniper radioed to the command post. Crooks disappeared again and then came back a third time with a backpack. The snipers called in with information that he had a backpack, and they said he was walking toward the back of the building. I'll pause again. Why on earth at this point would they not go, hey, a lot is adding up here. This seems like we might have somebody who's going to try to shoot the former president. Let's perhaps get him off the stage right now and get him to a safe spot. Did they do that? No. They said, well, yes, we saw a suspicious guy who's been around here for 30 minutes. And yes, we saw him casing the building that he would eventually shoot from. And yes, he had a rangefinder. And yes, he came back with a backpack that might have a gun in it, and he's headed back up to the roof here. But do we know if it's not a telescope? No. So nobody do anything. Let's sit here. Let's not. There's so many questions they need to answer about this. It's really, truly bad. Officers believe that Crooks might have used an air conditioning unit to get on top of the roof. By the time other officers came for backup, he had climbed on top of the building and was positioned above and behind snipers inside the building. 2 other officers who heard the snipers' call came and tried to get onto the roof. State police started rushing to the scene, but by that time, a Secret Service sniper had already killed Crooks, according to the law enforcement officer. The officer also said Crooks had an IED, that's an improvised explosive device, in his pocket, in addition to the explosive materials in his car. So he had a bomb on him. Self-destruct, baby. That's what he was going for. So when the cops came over, if they tried to stop him, he could just blow himself up. Clearly, he was headed out of this world, whether it was going to be death by police, sniper, or by the IED he had in his pocket. Questions remain about how this was possible, that several law enforcement officers had eyes on the shooter before and reported his behavior, and yet this still happened. That is crazy to me. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now. We're going to dive into some of those. All of it is just a lot to digest. And let's see what we got.
Crazy weekend, huh?
There's
I feel
so
nothing.
We were talking yesterday, Sabrina, about like how the weekend was crazy before this with Richard Simmons passing. And we'll talk about how he died and some of the things that happened right before his death.
Level 5 Farragher, the 4 people that died.
So we were at the bowling tournament. It had to be like 4:30-ish, maybe 4:45 when the news came across that Richard Simmons died. I would guess within the hour the Trump story broke. So about 60 minutes.
When you text, I immediately Googled it, and I still wasn't finding much.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no way, send link. And then I opened up Instagram, and there was the first video of it. And
right.
It's baffling. All of it. It was a little much, to be honest.
And we lost Shannon Doherty of 90210. Richard Simmons. Dr. Ruth. And also a football player whose name escapes me. But
Jacoby.
We talked about him yesterday and his career.
And then Doogie Howser guy.
Doogie Howser guy.
The guy who played the father of Doogie Howser.
Oh, really?
Also
okay.
dead.
Yeah. I that one got completely buried for me. That one didn't even crack through because of it.
Sicking.
All right. James, too. God, what a brutal weekend.
He was 90.
Let's go over to Insecure Walrus with a dispatch.
Doing what I do for a living, I've dealt with a lot of Secret Service security details over the years for candidates, for presidents.
I think he works at he works like a convention center. He works at events at convention centers. So I guess that he's done some political stuff maybe.
Former presidents, for other elected officials. And I can tell you the status of that person, whether they're running for office or whether they used to be in office, directly reflects how big the detail is that's guarding them and kind of how much care they put into it. Former presidents who were in office 20 years ago, it's a smaller group of folks, and they're doing what they can, but they're not worried about too much craziness unless they have an actual report of something. But current presidents, it's all hands on deck. There's helicopters, there's snipers on every building. Mm-hmm. Certainly there would have been a sniper on every building, including the one that guy was on.
One would think.
So I feel like this must be a case of Trump was not yet the candidate, and he was just a former president, and the detail was a little smaller. But even with that said, I've dealt with a lot of Secret Service folks, and this feels like some mistakes were made.
Yeah.
Usually Secret Service folks kind of reflect the personality of who they're guarding. If they're nice people known for being kind. So are the Secret Service. If they're kind of jerks to everybody, so are the Secret Service. But this just feels like somebody dropped the ball.
Yeah, big time. That's what I'm getting.
Based on what Insecure Walrus was saying, he said there was a smaller detail for somebody who's been president 20 years ago, but Trump wasn't president 20 years ago. He was literally the president before the one we have now.
Right. Yeah.
And so, and also, I think they would be smart to make adjustments based on how polarizing the person is.
Yeah.
H.W. Bush wasn't ruffling a lot of feathers from that wheelchair he was in.
Yeah, it depends on who it is. Certainly, it's going to make him more of a target, right? Like, that's just reality. I don't think anybody wants to talk like that, though, C-Lane, but you're exactly right. Like, even if it would be the three of us on the show and somebody who's listening had one gun, one bullet, there's obviously going to be, like, they're going to go, which one stands out more as a bigger target to me? Like, that's going to be a thing. More people are going to hate particular people. And Trump uses inflammatory rhetoric all the time. He's always doing this. That doesn't mean he should get shot. That's insane, you people who are saying that. But what it does mean is there's probably going to be people who are like this, who are fired up by all the anti-Trump stuff they hear. And this is the end of democracy and stuff. Meanwhile, over in Malaysia, they are banning more names because of some popular trends. Some names like Evil. You are not allowed to name your child Evil any longer in Malaysia. It's weird that people would be wanting to do that. Badoh, B-O-D-O-H. I don't know what that means. Oh, it means it means stupid. Badoh, you can't name your child that.
What if they're stupid?
Busuk, which means smelly in Malay. And they now officially banned this.
Hold on. Is there like a real big desire for people to name their kids Busuk over there?
I guess so. Stinky. You're naming your kid Stinky. And the one that I really love is because somebody has clearly done this, they had to ban people from naming their kids Skibbity. And from Skibbity Toilet, the viral YouTube sensation. Somebody watched that.
They would have been so awesome in their frat.
And somebody said, we got to name our child after this. This is what we do. Skibbity Jones, or whatever the Malaysian equivalent would be. Not allowed to do that any longer there. Good thing they bolted that up and made it so you can't name your kid Skibbity any longer.
What is allowed? Can they still name their kids
everything but
Hitler?
Oh, I don't know about that one. That in Malaysia, anything could be the case, but we'll see. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, Richard Simmons in the news and some new details about Richard Simmons' death. What was it that caused him to die at 76 years old? And what happened on his birthday that led to all of this? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on the Jim Colbert Show, we'll review new music courtesy of our friend Angel from the Monsters of the Morning. We'll do that for What You Do That's New. Financial tips from our buddy Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth for It's Only Money. Plus, an opportunity for you to win a $50 gift card to Ford's Garage. And your calls, text, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a bit of commotion to watch out for where State Road 434 meets the Greenway. Multiple lanes are blocked westbound, and the off-ramp from the Greenway southbound to State Road 434 is partially blocked there. There's an earlier accident to keep an eye out for where Central Florida Parkway westbound meets International Drive. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas.
September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. That's AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Orlando City continues their road trip as the Lions take on Nashville for a midweek clash on Wednesday, July 17th at 8:30 p.m. Tune in on FM 96.9 The Game and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Don't forget to tune in an hour before the match at 7:30 to catch Kickoff Minus 60 airing exclusively on the Lion Nation app.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Big news for veterans and first-time homebuyers. The Hometown Heroes program provides up to $35,000 down payment and closing costs. Get pre-approved at thatmortgageguydon.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
For the past 30 years, Vince Outlet has been proud to see the opening of 7 stores across the Sunshine State, and we keep growing thanks to the trust that homeowners like you have placed in us. Thank you for entrusting us in keeping your kids, pets, and property safe while creating that beautiful backyard oasis. Even after 30 years, Vince Outlet's mission remains unchanged. The largest selection in delivery for do-it-yourselfers and professional installation. Go to fenceoutlet.com for your new fence and celebrate 30 years with your Fence Outlet family.
And now another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own, you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind. If you've been in a car accident, you need to know a term. It's called statute of limitations. That means you have 2 years from the time of the accident to actually file a lawsuit if need be. If you don't do that, you're going to lose your rights to the claim. Now, sometimes some lawyers will wait till the last minute to file or contact you with just about a month left saying that they don't know if they want to proceed with your case. Be careful with that. For more information, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial #546, Office, Orlando.
Introducing Lumi for Men, and we named him Mando. I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman's brother, the inventor of Mando Whole Body Deodorant for pits, packages, and feet, because we all know our pits aren't the only places we get odor. Mando Whole Body Deodorant is different from anything you've tried before. It stops odor before it starts, powered by our acidified technology. Mando controls odor anywhere you have it. Her patented whole body deodorant formula has over 200,000 5-star reviews. And because Mando has a 60-day stink-free guarantee, you can try Mando risk-free. Give Mando whole body deodorant a try today and smell like the stink-free man you were intended to be.
For a limited time, new and returning customers can go to shopmando.com and save up to 30% on products like the Mando Starter Pack, Bourbon Leather Cleansing Bar, and Mount Fuji Solid Deodorant. Plus, get free shipping when you use the Black Friday and July code listed on site. That's shopmando.com to save up to 30% today. That's shopmando.com. See site for details.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
It's almost here. Team USA is headed to Paris, and iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's the only way to listen to exclusive NBC play-by-play action of the games, plus NBC's top Olympic moments and live hourly updates from Paris. Bring the Summer Games with you everywhere you go. Download the free iHeart app now and enable push notifications for live updates from Paris. Only on iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
Your dispatches momentarily. We'll scoop those up and see what's on your mind. As always, if you want to talk about something different, you can interject with another story. People bitch all the time. I see your dumb comments on chat. Is there anything else going on in the world? I'm sorry. It's only the biggest story in the last 2 years at least. So you want to change
we
the
got
topic?
a National Sandwich Day of some sort. If you want.
Do it with your dispatch. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and spin us in another direction. That actually will work. And we'll see if that happens in just a bit here. I did see there was this teacher that got fired, and they fired this teacher because they found out he was in the classroom the entire time just playing Candy Crush nonstop. And I was like...
Wait, like not teaching?
No, it's just in the classroom. Like the kids would sit down and give him busy work or whatever, and he would just sit there and play Candy Crush all day long. And I was like, man, I'm so out of touch with that world because I don't play games, especially not phone games. But there are so many people who get wrapped up in this. I saw these two young girls.
Okay,
they were in front of us in line about a week ago, right? And they might have been 16, 17, 18 years old, right in that range. And these young girls had barely any conversation with each other for the 30, 45 minutes we were next to them. They would say like one thing or another thing. And like one girl had a hot take and I was like, ooh, all right, I like this. I liked that younger people were tossing out hot takes and not worried about it. She said, here's what she threw out there before I get to what caught my attention. She goes, this might be controversial. And I'm like, all right, now I'm going to eavesdrop. What's she about to say? If you say this might be controversial, I'm all ears. She goes, I hate when people post about people who died every single year on the date they died.
Oh,
and she goes, it feels like they're just trying to get likes on social media. And it just seems like a weird way to handle somebody dying. Every single year you repost the photo and, oh, I'm missing you, thinking about you. And so she was railing against that.
Happy heavenly birthday.
And it must have been a hot take to her friend because her friend didn't say anything. That's her response to it.
Turns out it was her friend's uncle.
She just stared at her. And I look over and I'm not like, wasn't trying to be nosy or anything. This is not me. If you actually know me, you would know I'm not the super nosy type necessarily. But I saw them on their phones, and they were both playing some game. And the game was like the least visually stimulating game I've ever seen in my life. It was just like numbers or something.
It's called like, Sudoku.
Or shapes or whatever it was. And they're playing this game, and they're just engrossed in this. And I said, there are so many people that are full-on addicted to playing these mobile games with every second of their free time, and it is one of the few worlds that I am like, I am not aware of. I am not locked in on that. I don't know what game it was. I don't know.
So
I don't know.
I've been there, not with a mobile game, but like games on, an actual console.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to know the equivalence or maybe the stats behind the addictiveness with paywalls. The pay to play, because I remember Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah,
and maybe it was because it was during COVID and stuff like that. But I was
Good game, though.
I was addicted to it. Like I remember the first thing in the morning, like after getting a coffee and the AM BM, it was Luigi time until it was time to prep.
You could like cruise around,
but I
and
wasn't
check stuff
paying
out.
beyond what I already paid for the game itself.
No, and so many of these games are, and I look at them and I go, they're so boring. It's like more boring looking than Farmville, and it's numbers and like Candy Crush, kind of just like little shapes on a screen. And you say, how much did you spend on this? Well, even Courtney, when she was playing Candy Crush, she had to delete the app because she'd be like, I spent $20, I spent $30 on Candy. I'd be like, stop spending money. She goes, well, I can't beat the level if I don't pay for the booster or whatever it is. And they go, man, it is just something that can absolutely swallow up a person in all of their extra time. And this guy's still addicted to Candy Crush after all these years.
That's why I like the word games, the New York Times stuff, because once you've done it for the day, you can stop. Mm-hmm. And then, there are little packs of like crossword puzzles you can pay for more if you want, but for the most part, you do your Wordle, your categories or whatever you call them. The new thing that's like a word search, and you stop.
Also, good for your brain, I would argue, like a little brain exercise. That's a better use of your time and effort. Tommy Awesome on YouTube says, games are stupid. BRB, I got to catch a Pokemon. People out there still playing that. Eric F. on YouTube says, Toon Blast. OMG, it's a free game with no ads, and I haven't stopped playing for years. It's the only game on my phone. Janet says, Rummy Cub makes me crazy. Whatever they were playing was so boring. It was just like not to them, I guess they loved it, but it was just numbers or letters on a screen, something that they were playing. They were just staring into the abyss. We're going to get to, are you doing the Richard Simmons story in the next episode? Because if so,
you
I'll
could do it. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, Richard Simmons, obviously Farrah-fauceted, died this weekend right before the assassination attempt on Trump. And there's some new details coming out about exactly what happened to him. He died just a couple of days after his 76th birthday, and he wasn't doing well. He fell the night before, and they said that Richard Simmons reportedly refused medical help after falling in his house, which can be deadly, obviously, for somebody in his state. Law enforcement sources told TMZ on Monday that Simmons had fallen in the bathroom Friday night before his housekeeper helped him up and tried to get him medical attention immediately. However, the legendary fitness instructor reportedly rejected the idea because he wanted to stay home on his birthday. He told his housekeeper he would maybe see a doctor on Saturday before she helped him back to bed. Then he said he felt dizzy before the fall. Around 10 a.m. on Saturday morning, the housekeeper reportedly found the aerobics instructor unresponsive on the floor next to his bed. There was no obvious or external signs of injury, including bumps, bruises, or bleeding following the fall, but he was pronounced dead on the scene. I didn't know this. He's from New Orleans. Says a New Orleans native. Pronounced dead on the scene. I did not know that. Though Simmons' autopsy has been completed, the cause of his death is pending toxicology test results. But just a day before his death, there was an interview where he said he was feeling good, grateful to be alive. Of course, this was done before the Saturday.
A lot of people say that right before they die.
I'm feeling great. And then maybe when he fell in the bathroom, maybe he hit his head and went down like.
That seems to be a thing, man.
Yeah.
After
like
the age of
Bob
what?
Saget.
50-something. Multiple people.
Yeah. Look, if
Y'all
you
need to start
fall,
wearing helmets. I'm talking mostly to you, Sean.
if you fall and hit your head, I've even known this from just being a young kid on the school bus where some kid hit his head real hard and they go, you cannot go to sleep right now.
Oh, yeah.
You are not allowed to go to sleep right now. You literally can die after you hit your head if you fall asleep. And usually it's an indicator that something's wrong.
I always remembered, like, if you hit your head, like my mom would do that. She wouldn't let me go to sleep. And then, so then I had a friend hit his head.
Mm-hmm.
And
for like a test or
just for fun.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was not for fun.
Hit your head, man.
He fell and just smacked his head good on like a bathtub, and then but it was like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
So like going to bed was like gonna happen, and I tried to keep him up and ask him questions that he was supposed to know, like what's his name and what's his address, easy stuff like that. Stuff that I think you're supposed to do when you hit your head. But we were both like really tired, and we fell asleep in the same bed.
Oh,
So you risked it?
tell me more,
You're
dude.
like, all right, buddy, I might wake up next to a cadaver. Here goes another.
I don't even know that I.
Let's see if your other head's working.
Well, in the morning, he didn't realize it was me and started patting me on the ass.
Oh,
Nice. You should have gone with it for a little while. Keep going, baby.
I rolled around and faced him so that once he opened his eyes, it would be a really rude awakening.
Bootsy Moonshine on Twitch says, I hit my head hard as a kid at my friend's house. The next morning I started throwing up. Turns out I had a concussion. Not a good time. Not a good time. Lisa on YouTube says, that is old info about not sleeping after a concussion. Do they not say to do that anymore? Have they changed that over the years?
I slept with a dude for nothing?
It seems like a real
got your
waste.
ass smacked.
But yeah, we still don't know exactly what it was, but it sounds like as a result of this fall on his birthday where he didn't want to get medical help because it was his birthday, Richard Simmons ended up dying. And that truly can happen. It's probably more likely to be a devastating injury if you're older, if you're in your 70s, 80s, 90s.
Today.
You got to be very, very careful about all of that. All right, let's work in one dispatch real quick, and then we're going to find out what's happening on the next episode. Here is Skippa Style talking about having no social media.
What up, junkies?
Hey.
I want to preference this with I am completely fine and stable. My mental health is good. I've got a good handle on that. But I'm 35 and I don't have any social media. Never did. I don't mean like I had it and then deleted it, but never had Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. I just never had none of those things. I did have a MySpace, but that was because my friend created it for me and was like, here, you have MySpace now. I'm like, oh, dang, I didn't even want that. So you wouldn't be able to find anything about me. My digital footprint is very, very, very small, you know? So if I did go crazy and do some weird stuff, it would be a mystery as to why I did too.
No manifesto.
I am on FET though. If you know, you know.
FET?
All right, I gotta go. Wiggle, pop out.
I heard of this before.
Say fat or fet?
I thought it was fet. Oh,
does that mean?
It's a fetish thing, is it? Is it?
Oh, maybe.
Skippa Style. Let us know what's going on, man.
No,
right.
that's his whole point. We just
he
need to
doesn't
find
want the
out
footprint.
one of his usernames, though. And,
Yeah.
the world will
And
be
the-
open.
Well, we
The thing
know
is-
one of his usernames.
The
Two
press
of his usernames.
and the media gets totally confused when somebody doesn't have a social media footprint. They're like, what? This is how we find out who people are. This is how we find out what motivated them. And then when they get nothing, they're like, well, how do we go further? When we come back the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Well, Peppa gets the steppa from a Southwest flight. Did you guys talk about this yesterday?
No.
Sweet. Tenacious D's Kyle Glass throws a stone and breaks the check that he would have received for their current Not Anymore tour. Plus, the most bizarre version of The Simpsons predicted it to date. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio. At 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Gardner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And this afternoon, it will be very hot, typical of July, if not a couple of degrees warmer than normal. My forecast high 94. We've got a 60% chance for some storms developing, so keep a close eye to the sky if you're doing anything outside. The lightning will be the biggest threat today. Now, later this week, it's going to get really hot. It feels like temperature approaching dangerous levels for Friday. And along with that, the storm chance is increasing for this weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Gardner.
This report is sponsored by WhatsApp.
Me and the kids were always messaging. They LOL'd, I ROFL'd, but then I changed phone and the bubbles went green. But where there's a fill, there's a way. And I found a way to share what's in here. I'm tapping my heart.
WhatsApp, the place to safely send messages between different devices. Message privately with everyone.
Savory tastes and tunes are returning to SeaWorld with bands, brew, and barbecue. Sample recipes from Kansas City, Texas, Memphis, and more. Pair them with refreshing cocktails and ice-cold craft beers. Catch live concerts by award-winning artists. Sunday, July 21st, POD takes the stage. And stay for a spectacular Ignite fireworks. Don't miss SeaWorld's bands, brew, and barbecue every weekend this summer. Learn more at SeaWorldOrlando.com.
What encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices. On WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Ready to be a part of the magic as a cast member at Walt Disney World Resort? We are hiring a variety of full-time and part-time roles with great benefits like theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at waltdisneyworld.jobs.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little ASCII. This is the...
All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. BDMXCon says verdict in the Senator Menendez corruption case incoming, and that is true. And if they can't get him, man, they're not going to be able to get anybody. That dude is so corrupt, it's hilarious. Some of the evidence that they found in him, we'll talk about that after the verdict rolls through. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I'm a vampire.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. Refinancing, buying your first dream home. Perhaps you own a business and you want to expand that bad boy. Well, you got to make sure that you're getting the best deal, and you do that by working with That Mortgage Guy Don. Go to the website right now, start the process, and any question that you have, direct access to Don himself. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
It was a mere 38 years ago, 1986. This amusement park opened.
Dollywood.
Dollywood is right.
He said Dolly World, I think.
I did.
All right.
Dodo.
Point taken away. Dollywood is correct.
Yeah, but you didn't give me a point, so.
It's an assumed point.
You
Because
didn't
got
give
it
a formal
right.
announcement of the point being given.
All right, negative 1 point each for just
Oh, what the
questioning my
hell?
whole
I
system
said
here.
Dollywood. I said it right.
Dollywood is correct. Amusement park opened in Tennessee 38 years ago today. Yee-haw, yow! And still chugging along. Something like that. I feel like the last time we talked about them, you said there was like 56 something roller coasters. That's a totally made up number.
Dollywood is bigger than I thought. It's not 56 roller coasters, but like it's an actual full-on theme park. It's supposedly a pretty impressive place to go to.
I would love to go, but I would more love to see Dolly in person before the old,
She's a tiny thing.
Yeah, so sweet.
Or she dies.
What?
Or she dies.
Unless the Simpsons predict otherwise. Segue. But it's strangely worded this time. It's not the Simpsons predicted it. It's Simpsons pulled an episode after Trump shooting due to similarities.
Yeah, they had like a sniper episode, I think.
Where it's Trump being shot at?
No, it's somebody speaking in like a field and there's a sniper involved.
Was it a recent episode?
No, it was not a new one.
So,
as I recall, it was an older one.
Yeah, an older episode for sure.
Find any reason that is this
Just
a permanent
in case,
poll?
It's a rerun. The episode originally aired February of 1996.
Yeah.
So.
I don't see any reason.
Yeah, you know what they do though, C-Lane. After something like this happens, all of a sudden it's just like Clear Channel and the banned list of songs after 9/11, which is just people are hypersensitive after events like this.
But
certain
the
things
first
you
to
can't
do it
say.
Was the UK, not even the US.
Mm-hmm.
It was Channel 4 that had scrambled to pull the old episode of The Simpsons. It featured an assassination attempt to the one on Donald Trump. Donald Trump is
That's a new
one.
guy. Yeah, after the other guy got shot in the ear, they brought in the new one.
That's what they call him across the pond. And they did that because they were to run that episode almost immediately after the news broke. So that totally makes sense. And good on whatever production person remembered that was the episode that was supposed to run. But we'll see it if it ever makes the television once again. The plot is pretty outlandish. Lisa discovers that Jebediah, the founder of Springfield, actually a mad murderous pirate. And then tries to tell the town, and then assassination attempt, and boppity-boppity-boop. Everyone had a cowman. Someone had a bad day?
Because you had a bad day.
Why?
Also across the pond, because I don't believe this was in the U.S. It was over in Australia, down under. And it was the rock duo Tenacious D, made up of Jack Black and... correction on my own self, it is Kyle Gass, not Glass, therefore ruining my entire teaser. So it looks like he farted on the whole tour because he made some remarks about the assassination attempt on Trump. And while on stage over the weekend, he presented...
I think it was his birthday.
It was his birthday. He was presented with a birthday cake, asked to make a wish, And he responded, "Don't miss Trump next time." That is not my quote. That is Kyle's quote of Tenacious D. And apparently that called for, and it was earlier this morning, that Jack Black actually tweeted out, Instagrammed out. He told everybody in the world that he was blindsided by what was said at the show. He would never...
I have the post right here if you want to show it to everybody. See, then Sabrina reads it. Go ahead.
I would never condone... Do I do it in Jack Black's voice?
You can.
Solo. That's what he does with his mouth. I would never condone hate speech or encourage political violence in any form. After much reflection, I no longer feel it is appropriate to continue the Tenacious D tour, and all future creative plans are on hold. I'm
Cancel the band.
Damn.
Tenacious done, baby.
That's like nuclear level reaction to this. He could have just said, hey, I've seen the reaction to my bandmates' comments. I want to tell you that I do not share those feelings. I don't condone hate speech or encourage political violence in any form. Blah, blah, blah. Like,
yeah, but I mean, or does it? Is he preparing himself for all the possibilities of voicing things and being the supporting character and other things?
Yes.
His moneymaker.
Yeah.
By canceling all of it. I mean, this seemed like his fun project, and it was not fun anymore.
He doesn't want to be controversial Jack Black. That's the thing. Even though he's in a rock band and stuff, he doesn't want to be controversial Jack Black. He wants to be fun, crazy Uncle Jack Black. The other guy in the band is just being edgy. You know, he's doing the edgy stuff. And so he goes, yeah, I wish they didn't miss Trump or don't miss next time.
Has the other guy said anything, Kyle Gass?
I don't know. I'll look it up. I'll look up his
Does the
Instagram.
Secret Service come and visit him after a comment like that?
It's on the edge because he's just saying, don't miss. He's not.
The next chance to see him live?
He's not actively encouraging somebody to do the same.
Well, someone missed their flight, and that is one of the members of this group.
Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper is right, and Sandra Denton, a.k.a.
Salt.
No.
Nice.
Peppa.
Oh!
Peppa is right. It was Peppa, and she got kicked off of a Southwest flight from Vegas to Nashville over the weekend. Peppa had paid for 2 seats due to a knee injury from a 2018 crash. But once she got on the plane, she was told she couldn't have both seats because she wasn't in a cast. Which seems unfair considering you paid for 2 seats.
Yeah, who the hell cares?
Yeah.
She did have a knee brace, though, and so after some back and forth, they let her have the seats, but then a guy came along asking Peppa for the second seat because of how Southwest does their thing.
Too bad.
He was headed to a funeral, and that's when the phone gets whipped out, and I'm sorry, but I can only play, I think, the first 15 seconds. Beyond that,
Southwest.
I don't know if she
and
curses.
I'm injured only, and I bought 2 tickets. I have 2 passes, right? They want to know if I could get the wheelchair now, even though I needed a medical assistant today. I was injured. I just got injured, y'all. How y'all doing? So these people took me off the plane.
Oh, see, okay, so she almost said bitch, but then, kind of changed her ways. But you could hear the Southwest employee in the background like, oh, you need medical attention? Oh, you need that now? Where's your medicine?
Yeah, but if she had a second ticket, it seems like conversation over to me.
Right.
If she's got 2 tickets, leave her alone.
So I guess at some point she FaceTimed her assistant to talk about the situation. Then she was removed from the flight after fighting with the guy who was headed to a funeral. She started to record claiming that she wasn't doing anything wrong and that she did get a full refund but was kicked off the flight and did not make it to Nashville.
Wow. Hey, real quick.
Time.
Kyle Gass did make a post about this just a little while ago.
Well, do tell.
It says, the line I improvised on stage Sunday night in Sydney was highly inappropriate, dangerous, and a terrible mistake. I don't condone violence of any kind in any form against anyone. What happened was a tragedy, and I'm incredibly sorry for my severe lack of judgment. I profoundly apologize to those I've let down and truly regret any pain I've caused. Damn, they are backpedal city on this one. That's wild.
But what's to backpedal? It's done now, right? I mean, you'd think Jack makes all the calls?
I guess.
What's
I
that
don't know.
other guy's side gig?
I really feel like this could have just blown over. I didn't think it had to be this big
All
of a
they
deal.
had to do was shut up.
Yeah.
Too late.
I mean, I said something pretty bad during the break to C-Lane, and he said I would have dumped that if we were on air. So,
I would have pressed all the buttons. What did you say, man? Say it now.
I forget what it was now.
About
you know what? I'm
about the RNC.
I'm so close.
Yeah.
To getting done. Maybe this is for further discussion later because I recently learned that Sean, you did see Long Legs, but for the sake of a continued segment, this is my Sabby's 30-second review, maybe even less, on Long Legs. Off the bat, no idea what happened. I gotta
No
be
idea?
completely. I was very lost throughout it. Couple of pointers. I would maybe watch it at home. I think if I watch it 4 more times, I'll maybe understand what happened. It's a bit, it's not the right definition, but noir, like very artsy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was too many edibles and way squeaky chair for my comfort because I could not move. It was disturbing. Nicolas Cage definitely played a disturbing person, but overall the movie, I don't know.
All right, got an I don't know from Sabrina. So if you're thinking about seeing Long Legs, Sabrina says, I don't know. I hope they put that in their marketing materials. It just says,
I don't know.
Like, you know,
With
it says
the emoji, please.
It says like pulse pounding, you know, the ride of a lifetime.
The horror of the decade.
It'll say Sabrina.
I don't
Sabrina
know what
Ambra.
just happened.
I don't know. Did you
Should have
take away
eaten
from
less
that?
edibles.
Courtney and I were arguing over this afterwards. I feel like a crazy person. Did you take away from it that he was dressed up as a woman?
Yeah.
That's what I did. Courtney's like, he's never dressed up as a woman. I was like, I thought he was supposed to be dressed up like a lady.
It came off like a mother type.
Yeah.
Like a man trying to disguise himself as a woman.
Right.
But the only image I had in my head was after he was being interrogated. I'll tell you that much.
Uh-huh.
That was a lot. That was a lot.
That's a scene, yeah.
And yesterday I watched Civil War because that's now on Prime, but like not for $20 and you have to buy it. It was like $6. And I thought I could gather a lot more from it. But because it was so violent, I went immediately to If with Ryan Reynolds. And I'm like, that is a hell of a movie night you and I had, babe. Good night.
What'd you think of If?
I thought it was so cute.
It was. It was an adorable movie, and I don't think it got as much attention as it deserved. I thought it was such a fun little idea.
It was fun. I enjoyed it, but I also really annoyed my wife during the whole movie because we're watched
trying to figure out who was who.
No. Oh, we did that. We did a little bit of that, but I also watched it after the bowling tournament. So,
right.
So I just tried to talk to her the whole time.
All right, quick break. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't wrap things up.
I did not. But follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra and say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
All right, quick break.
Hit it, Sean.
Quick break. When we come back, we'll get into your latest dispatches. Speaking of the Long Legs movie, Nicolas Cage has done an interview with the Wall Street Journal about what he does to stay creative, and it's a big giant no.
Put on
from
white
me.
makeup.
It's just a hard no from me, but I'll tell you what he does in an effort to stay creative. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Do you do words good? Prove it. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you can expect your regular delays between US 27 and after State Road 429, between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. There's a couple of accidents to keep an eye out for here. The off-ramp from the Greenway southbound to State Road 434, that is partially blocked. And on State Road 434 westbound at the Greenway, the right lane is partially blocked due to an accident as well. If you see any other traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Summer is here.
Things are heating up. Literally.
Need help paying that AC bill? Well, Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hands. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. 13 chances every weekday, blah, blah, blah. We want you to win, so if you get a call, make sure you answer your phone, because that's the key to winning. This contest is brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickleyGroup.com.
Tell your doctor if you've fallen, if you worry about falling, or if you feel unsteady when standing or walking, especially if you are 65 or older. Don't let a fall interfere with your independence. Learn more about preventing injuries at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
Hey homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious, your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at SolarSource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
At Fence Outlet, we're proud to be Central Florida's top fencing contractor, and we're celebrating 30 years of framing your family memories. Here's to many more years with you at the center. Thanks for 30 great years. Visit us online at fenceoutlet.com.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Wow. Biden's at it again.
Inflation, rising costs for everything. What now?
Try big government control of our Medicare drug benefit.
The more I hear, the more it seems we can't afford Biden's Medicare agenda.
They're right. And it's because seniors are already feeling the pain of Biden's drug coverage changes, with almost 2 million forced from their plans and spiked premiums for nearly 5 million more. Now, Congress wants to expand the Biden Medicare agenda even more. But studies show Biden's plan will restrict access, shrink coverage, and limit availability of needed drugs for all seniors. Thankfully, Senator Rick Scott is a champion for Medicare drug coverage. Call him at 202-224-3121. Urge him to stop Biden's radical Medicare changes by opposing S. 1246 now. Paid for by Seniors for Better Care.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, explains how audio is an ideal way for brands to tell their stories.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow.
I think that there's something deep in all of us that enjoys listening to and telling stories. When I think about what we do here at Genentech, we do a lot to actually tell the broader story of our company and the legacy that we stand upon. 45 years marketing more than 40 medicines over that time period. And we celebrate that in story form, in audio format. It's a great way for people to learn more about what we offer and to be educated in an easy and convenient way.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company. iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Breathe easy.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. C-H-E-C-K. Check. That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to the News Junkie. Proceed towards your undoing.
Make sure you're listening for those keywords, and then you go to this radio station's website, put in the keyword, and bam, you could win $1,000 just like that. It is really easy, and wouldn't your week be better with $1,000? Yes, right? Yes is the answer to that question, obviously. So make sure you're paying attention all day long to the keywords on this station. Just in a couple of minutes ago, former senator, or is he currently still a senator? Bob Menendez found guilty on all counts in his corruption trial. And if you don't know about Bob Menendez, I forgive you.
I know about him, but explain to the people like they're five what Bob Menendez did.
Bob Menendez is a senator. And,
explain to the people what the senator part means.
What a senator is to begin with? Bob Menendez is an American politician from New Jersey, and he is...
Explain to the people what New Jersey does.
He is a member of the U.S. House of Representatives for New Jersey. I'm trying to see. He's a member of the Democratic Party, and he was involved in a bunch of corruption. And it was like he bought a book, How to Be Corrupt for Dummies, and then just started to do all of those things.
Bet that there's not a book like that already.
There must be, and he must be the person who purchased it, because the guy had stacks of cash and gold bars stored all around his house. And
nice.
What's wrong with that, man?
It was just so obvious. Like, there were people had purchased Mercedes cars for him and his wife, and it was like all kinds of corruption going on. Let me see if this says anything for us. This is a Today Show quick story on this from when the charges were going through,
This morning, prosecutors in the bribery case against Senator Bob Menendez on Friday released shocking photos of $100 bills and gold bars stashed throughout his New Jersey home. The
Just all
photos
over the place.
show nearly
Look.
$500,000 in cash stuffed in shoes and bags, as well as side jackets emblazoned with the Democrats' name.
Jesus,
the pictures
man.
also show some of the 13 gold bars that were found in the closet of Menendez's wife.
Sorry, Mama.
This guy, he's got all these little gold bars in the closet.
Are those the Costco ones?
They look like it, yeah. 1 ounce gold bars.
Gold bars
And-
look different in real life than they did in the cartoons.
Yeah, they were a big honking thing in the cartoons, the size of like a brick. And these
I
are
love
like
the idea
little-
that you buy those, but it's still impossible for you to open them up from those damn plastic containers.
Those are bad. It's got one of those ones you have to get some scissors and go to work on it. Like, if you look into Bob Menendez, it was comical how corrupt this guy was. That's why when there was a verdict incoming, I said, if anybody's ever going to be found guilty of corruption, it's going to be him, and he's guilty on all counts. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Brandy emails and says, "Hi, Sean. As I'm currently at work and unable to dispatch, I don't know if anything else was being spoken about today regarding the assassination attempt from this weekend, but I thought you may like a bit of information from a previous Trump visit back in 2018. My husband is a master sergeant for the Air Guard and was called to do perimeter detail in 2018 for Trump in West Palm Beach during his presidency. He said for this scheduled presidential visit..."
Oh, that was a big thing for West Palm Beach because he kept going there.
Yeah.
And like, causing havoc on all the traffic.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. She said they knew months in advance. Yes, they always know like a long time in advance. In fact, just for the record, the governor was going to go to a friend of ours bar and restaurant one time. Okay. They said the governor's eyeing a couple of spots and is going to go to perhaps this restaurant. And they were up in that place looking at up from top to bottom, seeing all the security risks, analyzing all of the employees and the employees' names and everybody who might be there when this happens. And this was like,
wait, was it the governor? I thought it was the vice president or something. I thought
it was one of the two of those. I honestly don't really remember. It was one of the two of those, but somebody big, obviously, that would require some protection. And they had ground troops in there way before trying to figure out what they should do for security. And this one just looks like they were winging it. And they made so many mistakes. It's just, like I said, Uvalde levels of incompetence going on here from the Secret Service. To continue the email, all of the agencies were operating on different radio frequencies at the time, meaning there was no means of communicating with one another. That's smart. From his recollection, he remembered at least 3 agencies involved: the Air Guard, the CIA, and the local police. All this is speculation, of course. He thought this might have been the situation over the weekend as well. Thought it was interesting information to share, as I was pretty shocked to learn this. And regardless, I hope you're all having a great show. Thanks, Brandy, and I'll consider you for Fritz on the Street. Thank you for the email. Could have been that. Could have been there was communication issues. Could have been a bunch of things. But the fact of the matter is they should have had somebody protecting the former president on the very roof from which he was shot. That should have been a place that they were focusing on. They knew it was a critical spot in their security plans, and then they just seemingly stopped caring about that. And I don't know why. Mike emails, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Apparently, this is a message from the Secret Service sniper who shot the guy. I don't know if it's true or not. He shares something that's not true. The screenshots first originated, as far as I could tell, on 4chan. That's where I saw them when they first popped up, and it's just random people pretending to be folks involved in this. All right, we got to talk about the Nicolas Cage thing, because this man, he's more of a madman than I thought. He has a plan that he has to stick to stay creative, he said. And he says one of the key things for his inspiration behind Longlegs and his performance there is the power of abstinence, right? The power of abstinence. Okay. And he says it's key that he keeps a 7:30 p.m. bedtime and absolutely no whiskey, he says, if he wants to be creative. That's some of the things that he ended up doing. He said, listen to how mundane this is. This is the Wall Street Journal. Nicolas Cage has a lot of mouths to feed in the morning. First, he brings his 18-month-old daughter a bottle of milk. Then his cat, Merlin, gets 2 cans of his favorite food.
Okay, dude.
It just
Someone
so
was sent
happened.
to give him like the whole spiel of looking inside the actor's life.
Mm-hmm.
And imagine that writer's like, oh, this is it, huh?
Yeah.
What about when you bought that
This is what
like
you're doing?
dinosaur head and
Yeah.
you married someone randomly?
Give us some drama. It says, it just so happens my crow, Hugin's, favorite food is the same as Merlin's. So I'll go over to his environment and he'll take it from my hand. I'll give him a little pet behind the feathers on his neck, the Oscar-winning actor 60 says. Then my wife and I feed the dogs together. So he's like living this very mundane life to stay in the creative zone. That's what he's looking for. Arya Shadowblade said, so good sleep and a clear mind. How surprising. It's amazing what it can do. But what a big sacrifice, right? So it's a little too much to ask.
How
if you ask
creative
me.
would you be with a little bit of whiskey?
I feel like he's trolling.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
He's not actually doing that. He's Nick Cage, man. He's got to be enjoying his life, I would hope. Somebody, by the way, on chat earlier was like, gender being shoehorned into another movie, big surprise, as if I was suggesting that this Longlegs movie was like woke or something, or was about that. It's not even in the slightest. And in fact, they refer to Longlegs as a man for the entirety of the movie, which I was like, whoa, okay. It's an interesting take there. But what
I don't
didn't
know if he man or woman. I think it was more of an
I don't
entity, a haunted
Yeah.
entity.
Maybe it was
Creepy AF.
not. Maybe it was not. It was not clear whether it was a man or a woman, or a man pretending to be a woman that you were looking at, because that added to the eeriness of the character that was being played. But I don't know if he had like a dress on, or I don't know. They didn't show too much of that kind of stuff. I just had taken in visually that the character was a man dressed up as a woman. That's what I had taken in. I don't even know if I'm right about that. It's such an odd character that it's hard to land on much of anything. But I mean, it's a journey. Somebody was messaging me last night. Folks, I got a lot of stuff going on. I can't answer all these questions. I really do my best. But somebody said, hey, can I take my 13-year-old to Longlegs? I was like, I don't know. How am I supposed to answer this question?
And I love that you make the decision. Like, imagine if you say yes and he completely disagrees with you. And it's like, oh, come on, man.
I don't know. It's a
full campaign
weird
against
movie.
Sean. News Junkie tells me to take my kid to some place I shouldn't have taken him.
Oh, well, remember when you told that 5-year-old to twerk and... Wow, you must have... that was just the worst thing you've ever said.
God, people, you guys are real weak when it comes to what kind of takes you can absorb, and what takes just send you to grab your pearls as fast as you can. I like the tough ones out there, the strong who go, all right, I'm going to stick with Sean, even with this take, even this one, even the one I told C-Lane during the break. Somebody would stand with me on that, I think. But if I say it, I might have other issues to deal with.
Right.
All right. We knew yesterday, as of the announcement, 3:00, 3:30 or something, that Trump, former President Trump, had tapped Ohio Senator J.D. Vance to be his vice president. And I think a lot of people outside of Ohio might not know who J.D. Vance is or what this kind of means for the Trump ticket. He was kind of the person who was first in line for the job and the most obvious choice. He was the one who I think people said, we don't know if J.D. Vance is going to be the vice presidential pick, but we know his feelings will be very hurt if he isn't. So that was like the run up to this. J.D. Vance came to prominence with a book that he wrote, and it was called, I think, Hillbilly Elegy is the name of the book.
It's making a little, it's ringing a bell.
It turned it into a movie, and it was a very successful movie when it came out in terms of like award nominations, and it got a lot of attention. It was this small town American view of a family plagued by drug use and violence and all sorts of other things that you might see in small town America. And J.D. Vance was the first in his family to break the chain, and he ended up going to Yale, and is like the only person in his family tree in this small town to have a shot at being successful. And so he wrote the book Hillbilly Elegy about his life growing up. And
what did his family think about that?
I don't know, because it did make his family look very good. And when it came out, it was pretty prominent at the time. And he was not a political figure then. I think he talked about having some conservative viewpoints back then. But overall, it wasn't a super political thing as people took it. It was just about crawling out of a family that is caught up in drug use and not seeing any success in the world. And people seem to like it. Then he decided to take on a political career, and he was pushed forward by his friend, billionaire Peter Thiel. If you don't know who Peter Thiel is, he's a very, very, very wealthy,
great guitarist,
powerful man who was one of the founders of PayPal. He's behind a lot of companies like Palantir that you may not have heard of. But
wasn't he an early investor in Facebook, I think?
He was an early investor in Facebook and a bunch of other things. He's super rich and famous for taking out Gawker because they outed him as a gay man. And he took out Gawker by funding Hulk Hogan's trial against
That's
Gawker.
JD's buddy, huh?
Which bankrupted him. He was sort of a mentor to JD Vance. And I think there's a lot of people, I'm going to trigger some of you folks who are way off the reservation to the left on this. I think there's a lot of people who don't understand Trump or JD Vance, and they'll be like, this far right, they'll throw these kind of terms around. Trump and certainly JD Vance are to the left of almost all the figures I can think of in the Republican Party. If I think of Ted Cruz.
Of the classic Republican Party.
Yeah, yes. They're reinventing the party. Like I said, they got labor union officials speaking and stuff at the Republican National Convention. This is not something new. You might hate Trump, but where he lands politically is not to the right of most of these. Glitch McConnell, let's say Tucker Carlson, all these far to the left on the spectrum of those people. Whether you believe it or not, or like it or not, Trump actually stated, because people keep talking about the Project 2025 thing, he's like, the opinions in that on abortion are horrendous. He's like, I don't agree with it at all. He's like, I don't agree with most of the stuff that I see in that plan. People get
got
upset.
rid of Roe versus Wade, and he shows that off all the time.
His point is that that abortion should be an issue in his mind that is handled by the states. It shouldn't be a federal issue. But he is not anti-abortion. He is not anti-abortion. If you look into all the things he said over time. So some of his supporters, I think, might think he is, but he's really not. He's just very hateable in terms of the rhetoric he uses and his self-interest and everything that makes him Trump. And so sometimes people equate the fact that they have a dislike for him of where they think he is politically. I really don't see him as to the right of most people who are elected Republicans in Congress. I don't see that. Behaw says, Sean is going to get yelled at by a bunch of people saying he's a Trumper. I'm always getting yelled at by somebody. I'm just super used to it at this point. I don't really care. I don't care what people think.
I would feel uncomfortable, like something was off if he wasn't getting yelled at.
Right, yeah. I just tell you from my heart and from my head how I feel about things. And I don't care that so much of this country is in political silos where they're angry as hell at things that just aren't true. That's true for people to the right of center. Republicans are angry about all these things that they think are huge problems. Like they think kids are being transed everywhere in school or whatever. These are just tiny, tiny things that they have come to believe are major problems that they focus so much anger on. And people on the left do the exact same thing. And I just try to look at all the issues, sort through them as best as I can, and see what's the closest thing to right and what's in line with my morals that I can see. So
right, Sean. Now that makes sense.
I'm just super used to people being pissed at me. It's just reality of my life.
And one
guess.
ear and the other. I don't think it really bothers you.
No, it doesn't. It does. People who don't hear me saying like, some of them will want me to go as far as like, I support the guy who shot Trump. And if I don't say that, then I'm a Trump fan. Like I'm Team MAGA. Because there's like these purity tests that everybody puts on. And I don't care about your purity test, and I don't care about your team, and I don't care about your politician. I hate politicians. I think they're all self-serving liars, mostly because they are. And so that's where I land on these. I want to get to you and your dispatches, but yeah, J.D. Vance is the pick. He is an interesting guy in that he's into unions as well. He's into a much more communitarian view of things than almost any Republicans I know are. He's very much against funding the Ukrainian efforts against Russia. He wants to wind that down. He wants to wind down intervention in the Middle East. He wants to do a lot of things that are in line with where I think centrist Democrats are, more so than far right-wing Republicans. That's not to say he doesn't have a lot of things that they would be repulsed by in his repertoire or repertoire, even just simple things like he's a religious guy, and he's interested in furthering religion in the public space. So you take what you can from this and what you want to, I guess. I don't know that he's going to move the needle either way, because I don't think, honestly, it matters who Trump's VP is.
No.
I think Trump's VP is like a small figure. He's such a big character. The person's just going to be like, yeah, and they were also there. Yeah, and they were also there.
Mike Pence was also there.
Yeah. Like Mike Pence, name something he said in office other than the fact that he wasn't going to approve fake electors for Trump, right? There's just not a lot you can remember because he was so tiny in comparison.
Here's the weird thing. Is it strange to you that the potential VP of the United States of America, you're older than him?
I know, that's weird. He's one of the youngest, if not the youngest, vice presidential nominees. And you know what else is?
I've never felt so. I'm like, I could have gone to high school with that guy.
You know what else is unique about him? Nobody. Hold on, is this right? Nobody has won the vice presidential gig with a beard, I think.
Yeah, but now the discussion is like, is he going to shave it off? Because Trump once said that he doesn't trust guys with beards. Let's see what happens.
He might do that. He used to say he hated Trump, by the way.
Oh, my God. There's multiple quotes, 2 pages worth.
Yeah, he used to absolutely be repulsed by Trump.
But then you get the call, my guy. You get the call.
He turned corner a long time ago, and Trump even did the thing with, he said some terrible things about me, but now he likes me.
Now he's my baby boy. He's going to get rid of that beard.
Now we're together. Let's see if he shaves the beard. We'll see what happens with that. It may just be that in a long time nobody's been the vice president with a beard. Okay, we want to hear from you. Let's get those dispatches in. We are way behind. We got jury duty up in a little bit. We got many more things to get through, including this huge Disney hack that led to a leak. All kinds of stuff coming out. What is it? That's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Is it better? Is it worse? I mean,
the dude was better.
Really?
Was he? Yeah, because
when he hard Frenches you.
Boy, the way I'm about to say this is going to sound bad.
Go ahead.
He squeezes harder and just he knows where the muscles were better.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Travel with caution. The left lane is blocked on I-4 westbound near Colonial Drive. It's causing backups from Fairbanks Avenue. You could expect your regular delays on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535, between US 27 and after State Road 429. No major problems on State Road 429, and it's mellow on the Greenway. But if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center on James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Don't miss up to 70% off select major appliances at the Lowe's Closeout event. But hurry, these deals are too good to last because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/7 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Did you know that mortgage guy Don also does commercial and small business administration loans? If you have an existing SBA loan with a rate of 9% or more, then you are in luck. That mortgage guy, Don, can refinance your qualified high-interest SBA loan to a low fixed rate of 8.25%. Don't leave money on the table. Let that mortgage guy, Don, help you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Start the process today with an expert and a friend that you could trust by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the vote. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
What's up? It's Russ Rollins for Zero Res. Get your carpets and your tile clean without sticky, soapy chemical residue left behind. This month, get your carpet clean for just $49 per room. Visit OrlandoZeroRes.com. Zero Res, spelled forwards or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
It's one thing to suffer from allergies as an adult, but it's really tough on kids, running around with sniffles or stuffy nose during recess or practice. Not to mention it's hard to concentrate in school when you're not feeling well. And then you feel bad because you forgot to give them their allergy meds before they left. All of that can be a thing of the past, thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus. They've helped thousands, including children, with their kid-friendly allergy testing and pain-free allergy drops. Schedule your appointment today while the kids are out of school. Go to AspireAllergy.com. That's AspireAllergy.com.
I'm John Morgan, and I'm asking you to stand with me and vote yes on Amendment 3. Amendment 3 will be on your ballot in November, and it will allow adults to possess or safely use marijuana, and that's a very good thing. Amendment 3 will put an end to bad laws that not only cost us millions in law enforcement dollars, but also cost thousands of Floridians their freedom. Nearly 250 years ago, our nation declared our independence. Now it's time for us to declare our independence from laws that demand jail time for simply having or consuming marijuana. Our system of treating adults who consume marijuana as criminals is madness. Join me, John Morgan, in supporting our own Declaration of Independence and vote for the people and vote yes on Amendment 3.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, Navage. Breathe easy.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickley.com.
It's almost here. Team USA is headed to Paris, and iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's the only way to listen to exclusive NBC play-by-play action of the games, plus NBC's top Olympic moments and live hourly updates from Paris. Bring the Summer Games with you everywhere you go. Download the free iHeart app now and enable push notifications for live updates from Paris. Only on iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to the News Junkie. Proceed towards your undoing.
Dispatches are on the way, I promise. Greg on YouTube says, for the love of God, Sean, please stop saying things about long legs. I will try to go into this movie as cold as possible, and now you're giving every detail of this movie out. Greg. Do you trust me? Do you trust me? If you trust me, I have not given away any of the details of this movie.
I can show you the word.
I know it seems like, because we've talked about it, like I've given out some sort of details, but the things that Sabrina and I were talking about, they're not even key aspects to the movie in the slightest.
Promise
not even
you,
a little bit.
You will still be very confused.
Yeah. All we talk about was like, is the character a man dressed as a woman, or what are we looking at here? That has barely anything to do with it. They don't even make mention of it, not even once in the movie. So everything else, you got to trust me. You're totally cold. You're as cold as you can be, other than maybe just not hearing about it at all and showing up at the theater. But that would scare you, I think. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. And Jazzy Josh emails, hey, Jazzy Josh here. I was wondering if you would bring this up today, but you didn't. It's a religious video about the significance of the 3 solar eclipses. If you fast forward to 10 minutes and 50 seconds on this video, a guy talks about his vision where Trump survives an assassination attempt and is shot in the ear. This video was uploaded 4 months ago. How crazy is that? Would love to hear your thoughts on this, Josh. Well, Josh, I did a YouTube short on this, talking about it before people really started to pass it around, because somebody had sent it to me a couple of days ago. And I love how people will find these kind of things and go, look, this prophet said that Trump was going to get shot in the ear. And lo and behold,
the prophet also said Biden was going to get shot in the ear. He said that Abraham Lincoln was going to get shot in the ear. He said that RFK was, he said everybody would get shot in the ear. He's got,
statistically speaking,
65,000 YouTube videos in the span of a month.
The video is like well over an hour long, and the entirety is this man. There are no prophets. It's just a man who's making predictions, none of which have come true. So, broken clock and all that. People always get amazed by it. They're like, oh, my God, this guy said that Trump was going to get shot in, like, the ear or something, and it was a prophet. And I know you probably don't believe this guy's an actual prophet, but when I look at it, I go, it's just like, I don't know, maybe I just was born different and I view things different.
A plane that just went by?
I just look at things a different way than so many people do. Like, I've heard a lot of people say, man, isn't it divine intervention? Isn't it a sign from God that Trump survived the assassination attempt?
Yeah,
and
somebody else is dead. Was that a sign from God?
And I'm always like, you're really looking at this from one angle and one angle only. Somebody else died, a father of a 50-year-old guy.
Critically injured.
And 2 people were very badly hurt as a result of this. Plus the president hit. It's like, divine intervention maybe would have been that the Secret Service members plucked this guy off before he ever ratcheted off a shot or 2 or 3. But that's just how people think, and my brain just doesn't go that way. I look at it and I go, it's a video full of morons mumbling out predictions that will never, ever, ever come true. And if one of them does, then they're going to be like, look, I predicted it. There we go. Nostradamus.
Speaking of the dad thing, I did see a couple people, that were shocked at the things that took place. They were like, he is a father of 5. Mm-hmm. Was one of his kids still like a teenager, were they saying? Or what's Trump's youngest?
His son, Barron, is, I don't know if is he older than, I'll look him up now.
16?
He's 1,000,000 feet tall. Barron Trump. It's unbelievable to watch this guy walk around with normal human beings. He's 18 years old. He's 6'9".
Okay. They said Trump's a father of 5. They almost killed a father of 5. And one of his kids is still a teenager. And I go, how much fathering is Donald Trump doing?
And why do you care about that element? It's like
a father died protecting his family.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, you're like, well, I don't get that part of the outrage.
I mean, at that point, it's what outrage? It's like you spin the wheel and then you could pick something you're outraged by.
Sure. But imagine this. Imagine somebody gets into a car accident and they survive. They hit a van full of little migrant kids and they all die, 10 of them. And then afterwards, they're like, God, Jesus was with me. God was with me. I survived this tragedy. And you go, all the migrant kids died. all these kids died in this thing. So I view it as a monster that either in a quest for attention or something else was basically allowed to pull off one of the easiest assassination attempts ever because of an absolutely inept Secret Service that needs to really, really do some soul searching after this. And not that there was any divine intervention or that there's any prophets who predicted all of this. Inside Publix, something goes very, very wrong, leading to 20 people headed to the hospital after this grocery store incident. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into the Disney hack and all the leaks that are coming out about this and jury duty. All of that is on the way before the end of the show. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Need a woman in your life who responds to your most important commands? Hey Siri, play Real Radio 104.1.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy.
Caitlin Clark and the Fever are picking up the pace after a slow start. She was an avalanche that women's basketball wasn't ready for. The WNBA gave her a brutal early schedule against the best teams and left her off Team USA. Yet she remains steady and improving quickly, with the Fever moving toward 500 and putting them in the playoff race. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted. What? It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices. On WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private.
Or encrypted.
Or encrypted, thank you. We only text in code.
Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes. Which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Hey homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious, your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at SolarSource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
Millions of people are losing weight on semaglutide, the main ingredient in Ozempic. Are you ready to join the weight loss revolution? At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we can help with high-quality FDA-approved medications and the support of our licensed medical team. The doctors at Red Mountain have been at the forefront of medical weight loss for over 25 years. We offer meal plans to speed your progress and medical solutions for side effects or muscle loss, all for less than half the price of Ozempic. Trust your weight loss journey to a medical practice, not an online pharmacy. At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we offer quality semaglutide, medical supervision, and ongoing support, all for less than half the price of Ozempic. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or hit pound 250 on your phone, keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. Full-strength semaglutide in stock and ready to ship today.
The risk of getting injured increases as we get older, but aging without injury is possible. Get yearly eye and wellness exams and talk to your doctor about medicines you take that might increase your risk for falls or a car crash. Learn more at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
Let the professionals at Fence Outlet save you time and money. We handle everything from the free estimate to the install. We do it all, and you get 0% financing. So come into Fence Outlet or visit fenceoutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Me and the kids were always messaging. They LOL'd, I ROFL'd, but then I changed phone and the bubbles went green. But where there's a fill, there's a way. And I found a way to share what's in here. I'm tapping my heart.
WhatsApp, the place to safely send messages between different devices. Message privately with everyone.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
Show at any time with the dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com for that, or fire off an email if you want to be anonymous. Just put that on the top. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. And Matt in PSL emails about mobile games. He says, I play games on my phone all the time on Cricket service. I'm not familiar with that. I earn points and redeem them for bill credits.
Oh, Cricket is
Cricket
like,
Wireless?
yeah, where are you at? Or the
And so if you play games on their phone service, you can get money. He says, I turned in a $40 credit last week, so instead of $90 per month, it was $50, says Matt in PSL. Huh. I didn't know that was a thing, but thank you, Matt. Appreciate the email. Some new and exciting stuff on the way. One thing that we're looking down the pipeline at is Stranger Things Season 5, which they just released the trailer for.
Wait, this is part 2, right?
Yeah, the second part of the final. I think it's final, right? It appears to be the end of things. It's the 8th anniversary of its debut, and producers uploaded a behind-the-scenes clip announcing the crew is halfway through filming Season 5 right now. The final episodes don't have an official release date, but they could arrive next year. That's when they believe we'll be going back to Hawkins High School for all of this. And that should be interesting to wrap up that whole progress.
I feel like it's been going on so long, they should be in Hawkins College.
Right. 8 years they've been doing this. Isn't it weird? We've seen all those kids, if you watch Stranger Things at all, or just been part of society and the zeitgeist. We've watched those kids grow up. We've watched 11
Millie Bobby Brown.
go from a little kid into an adult. I think she's even married now or like engaged or something.
Yeah, she's Millie Bobby Brown Bon Jovi.
That's right. John Bon Jovi's son.
That 5 times fast.
Yeah, and it's just crazy to see all the things that have happened there. But the Season 5 trailer teaser was released, and people are excited about that. And they have just announced, Deadline Hollywood has, that Megan 2.0 is in production right now. They're making another one with the robot little girl. That was
I never watched the first one.
First one's, I mean, it was decent. I thought it was a good little cult classic.
Yeah, it was enough to give you some jump scares and be freaky, and yeah, I could see where they'll go with another one of these. But yeah, Megan 2.0 is in production right now because that movie made $181 million. That is a lot of money. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, you need to choose an attorney to fight those insurance companies. Make a smart choice. Moses DeWitt is there for you like all these other people he's helped out. 866-CALL-MO. Disney has been hacked. There's an investigation ongoing right now. And it's been quite a month for hacks, right? You had AT&T.
Oh, I just got my second or third letter from them.
Did you?
Saying,
about their
hey,
breach.
I don't know if you saw the news, but yeah, your stuff totally got hacked.
Yep.
And sorry.
And Ticketmaster, remember Ticketmaster got hacked as well. There's a lot of user data in that one. They were thinking there was going to be a big problem with the Ticketmaster hack because actual tickets, digital tickets, were a big part of that hack. And the hackers also showed you how you could take those files and print out physical hard copy tickets.
Is that what happened at the big soccer game over the weekend?
I don't know if that was one of the problems they were dealing with, but it could happen.
Well, there was just a recent hack that where they kind of reverse engineered the dynamic ticket system, and then you could like make your own dynamic ticket.
Right. Which, if you don't know what that is, when you get the ticket, it just constantly is changing.
The QR code changes like sometimes every 10 minutes, sometimes once an hour.
So you can't sell it.
Yeah. Or you can't screenshot it and try to sell it to somebody and sell it to multiple people.
Yeah, they have to go and fix all the problems that happen with any new technology and tickets. But hacktivist group Nullbulge claims to have breached Disney. They have leaked 1.1 terabytes of internal Slack data. Slack is a piece of software that people use to communicate in larger businesses. The leak allegedly includes messages, files, code, and more. And this group called Nullbulge is aiming to protect artists' rights, they say, and ensure fair compensation for their work. They put this on breach forums where hackers often release things. It contains a complete copy of the company's Slack communications used by their development team, including messages, files, and other data. People are combing through this right now, but they believe it'll show upcoming projects, TV shows, movies, actors, all sorts of behind-the-scenes chit-chat from all these Disney employees. So that could be a big, big issue for them. And just a note to you companies who are using services like this, like a Slack, you got to try to secure that stuff as much as you possibly can.
You have to go right back to doing letters or something, right?
Old school. Everything old school
Whispers in the ear.
Way less hackable. Courtney's so into that right now. She's like
hacking.
No. She's so into like staying away from technological advances that could put her at risk. We watched a movie last night where this couple was driving around in a car, and it was like a car in the future. So the car was driving them, and they were just in the back seat. And somebody hacked it and took control of the vehicle and crashed the car on purpose. And she's like, see, this is why I don't want all
You're
these
watching Upload?
technological advances. I think it was called Upload. Yeah, I think it might have been. And the whole idea was like, the more we have these tech advancements, the more susceptible you are to somebody getting a hold of your data, or that you think is private, or taking over your vehicle in this case.
But then also in this case that of Disney or Ticketmaster or AT&T, it's like these are established companies.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have what choice? Like, who are you going with at that point? You've entrusted it. I mean, I could say at least for AT&T, I've been with them since I've had a cell phone.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you expect me to do? Can't y'all get your ass together?
Right.
Where am I supposed to go? To Cricket so I can play a game and get some money off?
By the way,
seems to be a thing that people do.
I thought you were right, but then I remembered. Upload is the series on Amazon. Upgrade is the name of the movie that we were watching last night from
Same
2018.
opening scene as Upload.
It's like somebody's car gets hacked. They crash the car, and then it shows you like you're susceptible to that. And I'm sure no, you're fine. But look, there's people out there like Courtney that are very concerned about this. Back to jury duty. A 23-year-old man was arrested this weekend for trespassing. Ooh. Here's his story. So this guy, he's from Atlanta, and his name is Daniel Blitch. Okay? Daniel Blitch is 23 years old, and he found out that there was somebody in South Carolina that was flying a Confederate flag. Okay? Daniel Blitch gets so pissed off about this Confederate flag flying in South Carolina.
Just one person flying it? Like
Yes. Yeah. It's that he gets in his vehicle and drives all the way to South Carolina from Atlanta and goes there and climbs a fence and tried to lower the Confederate flag on this property that he was on. He said that he drove from Atlanta to lower the flag, and then he was going to drive back to Atlanta. They said when he was arrested, he had a Dremel and drill bits, which he was going to use to help him out. Deputies received a call the night before of a report of vandalism occurring to the same Confederate flag. Blitch told deputies he was not on the property the previous night, so somebody else wanted to take the Confederate flag down. This guy travels
to the
next day. Is it a giant
Confederate flag? Or I just feel like it's not the only one.
There was not a photo of it, unfortunately, in the article that I was looking at. I don't know if it's like car dealership size or something, or if this is like when...
you think you could even get a Confederate flag that big without just making it yourself?
I don't know that anybody would be manufacturing
one off the side of 75 in Florida?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
One? Oh, my God. There's like a massive one. It's either 75... I don't know. Someone in chat help me. Florida peoples. But there is a massive one that's been flying high for many, many, many years.
Yeah.
And it's the size of a car.
So it's just, is it on somebody's private property or is it on public property?
You can just see it from the highway. I assume it's someone's private property.
I would look at that and I would go, that's stupid. And then I keep driving. I can't see going, I'm going to drive to the next state. Gonna get arrested in the middle of the night.
What was the Dremel for?
I don't know. I guess in case the thing was like screwed in there real good or something. You had to use a Dremel. Oh, a Dremel would like cut it, right? Maybe cut the line on it, or
I guess
that was his plan for a while. Okay, we're running behind. Quick break here. When we come back, Mick Jagger has entered the news for the strangest of reasons. We'll talk about him. They want to throw Kanye West's wife behind bars now. And we got to get to this Publix situation where 20 people ended up going to the hospital after something happened at Publix. What was it? All that coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's like a text message with your voice. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
Authorities have cleared up that accident on I-4 westbound near Colonial Drive. There's still delays. Traffic is backed up from Fairbanks Avenue. There's slowdowns due to an accident off to the shoulder on Florida's Turnpike northbound between Consulate Drive and I-4. Around the perimeter of I-4, it's pretty mellow on State Road 429. No major problems on the Greenway, but if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This July, celebrate America's independence with a fresh view from Renewal by Andersen. Their custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors will not only enhance the beauty and value of your home, but also increase your comfort. They keep the heat and humidity out, not to mention the noise. That's because their unique Fibrex material combines both elegance and resilience, offering you double the strength of traditional vinyl. Right now, buy any 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit rbafla.com to schedule your free consultation today. And if you're looking for a new career, great news. They're still hiring experienced window and door installers. Celebrate freedom and comfort with Renewal by Andersen, official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Once again, just go to rbafla.com for details. License number CGC 1527613.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Big news for veterans and first-time homebuyers. The Hometown Heroes program provides up to $35,000 down payment and closing costs. Get pre-approved at thatmortgagguydon.com.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private.
Or encrypted.
Thank you. We only text in code.
Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes. Which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Chicked here. That seems like what's happening to me. But Sealinson, there's an update on the whole Kyle Gass, Jack Black, Tenacious D thing, where I'll take you back very quickly if you're not aware of what's going on. Tenacious D has been playing in Australia. They're on a big tour, and there was a big moment on stage with Kyle Gass, who's the other guy in the band other than Jack Black. And they said, "It's your birthday. What's your wish for your birthday?" And he said, "Next time, don't miss Trump." And one thing that I'd like to point out was the crowd was like roaring in approval. It at least seemed that way when he said it.
It didn't seem as dividing to the crowd, but also that's Australia.
Yeah, right. But Australians are horrified by this. There's Australian people who are like, we'll never play Tenacious D again as a result of this. And like they're literally Dixie chicksing the Tenacious D group right now because not Jack Black, but Kyle Gass said that as a line at one of his shows.
I mean, and, you know, just for those that are not familiar, the chicks did not say that they wanted George W. murdered.
What did they say about George Bush? I forgot what it was.
We are ashamed that he's from Texas.
Yeah. So but anyways, the point was, like, they said something that all of a sudden some people didn't like, and then they wanted to cancel the band. I mean, you remember how big of a deal that was. They like shut them out of country music. There was country music radio station, as far as I recall, who were saying, we're not playing their music. They're traitors. Those are traitors. And I look at this and go, this all seems like a lot for a dumb line that a guy should just apologize for. I end up defending people like this a lot. Like Bill Maher, when Bill Maher said the 9/11 suicide bombers or the 9/11 guys were not cowards, like some people were saying, and like pointing out in a legitimate way that it was obviously not an act of cowardice to kill yourself in chasing after some of your aims.
Yeah.
And his show got canceled, and everybody was coming after him at that time. So poisonous opinions are poisonous, and they could be bad, but I don't lose my mind over them much myself. I just thought that they would roll over and say, whoops, we shouldn't have said that. It was a bad line, our bad, let's move forward. But it doesn't look like that. Kyle Gass, you said like his agent dropped him?
Says Michael Green of Green Talent, which was repping Kyle of late, tells TMZ they've parted ways with Kyle and no longer represent him as a direct result.
Damn, dude.
Jesus. So he's got dropped by his talent agent. The band is not doing the rest of the tour. The band may be no more, as far as we know, because Jack Black's like, Jack Black's like, I'm going to pause all my creative endeavors right now. He clearly didn't want to be attached to this in any way.
Is there a clip of the moment? Because I wonder if it's similar to when Kanye had what was it? It was
George Bush doesn't care about black people?
Yeah, but it was like it was like a phone. It was a what am I looking the word?
It was a fundraiser.
Yeah, a telethon,
a phone raiser.
And
where you raise funds with phones.
But then you saw Mike Myers just like turn and look at him and then continue on with the teleprompter. Did Jack Black like laugh it off and keep playing?
Somebody said that in the transcript that I saw, somebody said Jack Black said, yeah, or something very quick. Like, we played it on the show yesterday.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, play it if you can.
TMZ.
Don't miss Trump next time.
Everybody laughed. Oh, there's one bill? Yeah. So it was just like mostly people laughing at the line, which is obviously edgy and obviously very controversial. I just am that guy once more today on the show where like I've never in my life gone to a concert and expected to hear my political opinions regurgitated to me. That seems super boring. And when I see somebody on stage, they're like, yeah, it is what we think. It is what we think. And I'm like, I don't agree with any of that. But I don't care because I'm there for some music, for some rock and roll.
Just play Wonder Boy, all right?
Shut up
and Tribute.
Tribute's the one I know. Is Wonder Boy that ever get radio play?
Yeah, Wonder Boy was like I think their biggest like pop crossover or something.
Oh, really? Damn, I don't even know that one.
I mean, are you really on the take of like shut up and play?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
No, I'm wondering because we're seeing that more and more. I mean, and I immediately thought of Grandson. I mean, they're very politically driven.
Right.
It seems to be behind their songs, obviously very active on social media.
Right.
I imagine on their concerts as well. It's just like they have the platform for it, so why not? And here we are seeing the results of someone using their platform in a violent way.
I don't know if there's a miscommunication or something. I was saying the opposite of that. I'm saying I don't care. I don't expect when I go to any kind of show that I'm going to hear my beliefs and my opinions parroted back to me by the band that I see on stage. I don't care if somebody like has different thoughts and views. And I would have gone at this show. I would have been like, oh, that's like insensitive, but I just wouldn't have cared that much. I don't go to a concert for that stuff. I'm not saying that in a way like shut up and play. I'm saying when they say it, I just don't care. It doesn't affect me.
I said shut up and play, but that was more of a joke than anything.
Yeah, I mean,
this is what happens.
For me, I just it doesn't really do much for me. I just say these people aren't who I look to for political takes. I don't.
Tenacious D, you don't?
Yeah,
what?
I don't like. I like Jack Black a lot. I think Jack
Tenacious
Black is,
Democrats is clearly what that was supposed to mean.
I think Jack Black is super funny. I think like I particularly like, and I know this is nerdy and childlike, but I like the Jumanji series of movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't care even if he said this himself, but he really reacted in an aggressive way, which must be due to some pressure that he was getting from his people. Like, oh, you don't know, this is going to screw up this is going to screw up this. Must have been like a real blowback. And now Kyle Gass gets dropped. And my gut tells me this will be one of those things where in the moment it was super insensitive and people drop from him and swear him off. And then 6 months later, everybody forgets about it. And the Tenacious D goes back onto playing and nobody talks about it anymore. Meanwhile, some things I didn't get to. Let me pay these off real quick. Let's go over to Publix, if you don't mind, because there was an incident in Publix in Palm Bay, Florida, where they had to evacuate the whole place.
Oh, no.
And 20 people were treated. And it was because allegedly, somebody knocked something off the shelf at the Publix.
Okay.
And the thing they knocked off was a bug bomb.
Oh. And that just set off perfectly?
Yeah. Well, somehow, that seems a little strange to me, but somehow they're suggesting that the bug bomb dropped and hit the ground and immediately started, like, just spitting all the poison up into the air. And then some people were like, oh, no, that's a bug bomb. I got to get away from this thing. And
run.
Some people were like, this is a terrorist attack or something. We're getting gassed in aisle 7 of the Publix right now, next to the Folgers coffee.
They put the gas bomb in the bug bomb aisle.
True.
Nuts.
They said 20 people were treated for respiratory issues while crews searched for the cause of the smell, which turned out to be a bug bomb that activated when it hit the floor after being dropped.
And then they realized how many bugs they had at Publix.
Probably. They said the building was ventilated and the store was scheduled to reopen. Only time I've been in a situation anywhere near this, true story. We had a dog that we all kind of shared at an apartment I had with the two Jareds. Dog's name was Axel, Rip Axel.
Yeah.
And he was an ugly little Chihuahua thing, but I liked him.
How did he die?
He just died. He was very old. And he had whatever old age dog disease that he ended up getting. But I think he was 13, 14. He was maybe
good
older
run for
than
a
that.
dog.
Yeah. Chihuahuas live pretty long on average, I think. But Axel, the dog, used to curl up and sleep in pillowcases and stuff. And one day we're like, God, he is really just eating at himself. He's going crazy. He's going to town just like biting his legs and eating himself. And we realized, oh my God, Axel has mega flea infestation problems right now.
Ew,
Like,
and your pillows, dude.
it was an extra pillow, technically.
Now it is.
Once he took it over, it was the extra pillow. And so
they used to actually just use Axel as the pillow. They put him in a case and they
5 more
wrecked your head.
years, but they swung the pillow around into the dumpster.
He was a sweet but aggressive dog, and we said we've got to get rid of these fleas that he has on him. So we went to the grocery store, very likely a Publix actually, and we got a ton of those like flea bomb things that you can get. And we said, we're going to the bar, so let's activate all these flea bombs, and then by the time we get back from the bar, he'll be cool, fleas will be gone, and everything will be set. So we took him out of there and dropped him off at a friend's house, and we bug bombed the whole place. Or not bug bombed, but flea bombed the whole place. And, we had 5 of them. I think every room that we had, we put one of these flea bombs in. And we went to the bar right down the street, which was an ale house, a dime a dozen. And we go into the ale house, and I had like my first sip of my first drink, and I go, I left my money back at the apartment. So I had to go into the bombed out apartment to get my wallet off of the counter. And I'm like swimming through the remnants of all the flea bombs that went off everywhere to grab that. And I probably ingested some real bad stuff that day. So if you're wondering what's wrong with me, put that on the list. Put that on the list. You got the fact that I fell out of the back of Jason Berger's truck at like 40 miles an hour. You put that on the list. Many other things that led to the issues that I face as a human being. I also teased this, so let's get to it. Now there's talk of arresting Kanye West's wife, Bianca Censori.
Careful.
And they said she could face 6 months in jail and be a registered sex offender for 10 years after flashing her bare breasts in her latest X-rated stunt in Los Angeles, which is, of course, very stupid. Very stupid. As I said yesterday, I'm on board if the restaurants want to go, hey, we got dress code rules. You are not within our dress code, so we're going to ban you from all our establishments unless you wear normal people clothes. That's fine to me. But the idea that you would, like, throw somebody behind bars for wearing these outfits she's wearing that are barely there, who cares? This seems
Were there
so
a bunch of children
stupid.
there?
I don't know. She was out in public, so the chances that there might have been a kid somewhere possible. They said if she is handed the maximum penalty for her nearly nude outfit, nearly nude, she could face 6 months in county jail and a fine of up to $1,000.
Opposite of a never nude.
True. And mandatory registration as a sex offender for at least 10 years. Obviously, all very dumb stuff. We have much more important things to worry about, or at least I would think we did. I said Mick Jagger has entered the news. That's because one of the new strategies that the Biden campaign is going to start deploying is that they're going to go, you know what? Mick Jagger and Biden are the same age. So who's to say Biden doesn't have 4 more years? And look at Mick Jagger up on that stage, hauling ass, rocking out, and doing his thing.
Okay. And
the response to that is a pretty easy one. Everybody gets locked up in age. It's not about Biden's age. Age is, as token as this sounds, just a number. Some people are very lucid and with it at an older age. Some people are not. Mick Jagger appears to be much more with it than Joe Biden does.
Give Biden the same, 20-something songs to sing every single night for an entire tour, and then he would probably look a lot more cognitive as well.
What I wouldn't pay to see that. Biden attempting to do a set of Rolling Stones songs.
Ice cream, yeah. I'll tell you one thing.
They're going to try to redirect by going, look, Mick Jagger's this age. It's not about the age. Trump's not that much younger than him. It's about the mental acuity and the cognitive abilities that a person has at that age. And if you watch 6-7-year-old clips of Biden, you could see he's fallen off a cliff that way. It's not just about the age, but it's a clever move. They were asking him about this in an NBC News interview last night. And I'll show you how he answered, because he's pissed off at answering these questions. And to his credit and his campaign's credit, seems like they've dodged a bullet. All this pressure that was really building and mounting and mounting and mounting. Biden step aside, Biden step aside. All these people in his party that were stepping up, and he was stiff-arming that. Once Trump got shot, everybody shut up about that. There was a way bigger story, and everybody shut up. And all of that furor and clamor has kind of died down, I would say.
When's that next debate supposed to be?
I don't know when that's happening or if it's happening. Obviously before.
It said July something, I thought.
Possibly, yeah. It could be this month. I'll have to look that up. But here's the back and forth on NBC. Biden wasn't happy about it.
Because I guess the question is, are you all on the same page? Are you seeing what they saw, which was moments of, frankly, that appeared to be, you appeared to be confused?
Look at the face he's making.
Lester, look.
Lester,
why don't you guys ever talk about the 28 lies he told?
The 18 to 28?
Where are you on this? Why didn't the press ever talk about that? 28 times it's confirmed he lied in that debate. I had a bad night. I wasn't feeling well at all. And I had been, without him making it, I screwed up.
God, that's the thing that... Here's the thing. Like, if you're going to do the whisper stuff, then you got to stay on that audio level. As someone who works with audio every day, because when you start to do that, then it really... They've already pumped up your microphone, Joe.
Yeah.
So it's really coming off old Manny.
He does this thing where he's got an idea in his head, and he starts rolling, and then it comes to a collision point, and then he just locks up.
It's like the idea is a channel on TV, but it's one of those old TVs that you have to turn to tune. And it's like,
idea. Trying to get that picture to lock in just for a moment.
I just asked a question because the idea that you may or may not have seen what some of these other folks have seen. You're not on the same...
I'd have to see. I was there. I'd have to see it. I was there.
Got him.
By the way, seriously, you won't answer the question, but why didn't the press talk about all the lies he told? I don't know anything about that.
We reported many of the issues that you went through in that debate.
No, you haven't.
We'll provide you with them.
God love you.
Okay.
Super awkward. Hey,
Let me
guys.
smell your forehead.
Ready for the most unexpected update of all time?
Yeah.
All right. Let me go full screen on this. Courtney just sent this over to me. Here we go.
Thank you, Courtney.
Hang on. I got to move this out of the way.
Apologize. Oh.
Yeah.
Drunk and going to rehab.
Yeah. Ingrid Andress. I can't drag away this bar. Okay, yeah, I can. There we go. Ingrid Andress, who we started the show with, her national anthem rendition, has now apologized for the viral national anthem performance. She reveals she was drunk and she's headed to rehab.
Okay.
Well, I would have never thought that was coming. She said she was drunk. That's the reason why the national anthem was so bad. The performance was so bad. And now she's headed to rehab as a result of this.
You do what you got to do, girl. But, if this is the go-to excuse for a crappy performance, and shame on you.
That's when you know you had a
man.
bad performance. If you had such a bad performance, you have to check into rehab afterwards. Man, you have done a number on yourself. So that's what she's saying. She's apologizing. She said she was drunk.
Pisses me off a little bit.
Why?
It just seems like a go-to. I mean, what? If you had a bad performance, you had a bad performance. But like, it was a very quick flip of not only was I drunk, but I'm shipping myself off to rehab.
Are you going over to the side where I was saying perhaps this was some sort of stunt on her part, or are you just thinking
I think she just sang very badly. I mean,
Do you think she might have been a little drunk?
I didn't get a drunk vibe from it, but who am I to say? I've never heard of the girl, but apparently she's the gal who has a drinking problem and will go right to rehab.
She was drunk before the All-Star game, too. I could see if she was drunk afterwards. She was partying before this. Maybe she was nervous about singing the national anthem. I could see that. I could see that being a pressure cooker you wouldn't want to go through.
Now, in hindsight, that song, Wishful Drinking, just...
Yeah, she might not be performing that one anymore. I don't know. We're going to go to your dispatches, and see what's on your mind. When we return, we'll see what direction you swerve us in, and then we'll get to wrapping everything up on a Share the Show Tuesday. That's coming up next to the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on the Jim Colbert Show, we'll review new music courtesy of our friend Angel from the Monsters of the Morning. We'll do that for What'd You Do That's New. Financial tips from our buddy Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth for It's Only Money. Plus, an opportunity for you to win a $50 gift card to Ford's Garage. And your calls, text, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Authorities have cleared up that accident on I-4 westbound between Fairbanks Avenue and Colonial Drive. There's just a bit of congestion there. There's an accident off to the shoulder on Florida's Turnpike northbound between Consulate Drive and I-4. 2 right lanes are blocked due to an accident on Sand Lake Road, westbound near Turkey Lake Road. Travel with caution through there. If you see any other traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry, hired my mom, and 14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
All right, everybody. My friends at Maxine's on Shine are here to make your week even better with Maxine's Mind Boggler. Congratulations to last week's winner, Amanda. Now, the first person to answer this riddle correctly wins a $25 gift card to Maxine's on Shine. Here is your riddle. What gets wetter as it dries? What gets wetter as it dries? If you know the answer, email me, Sabrina at realradio.fm, and the first person to answer correctly wins a $25 gift card. If you don't win today's riddle, well, don't worry. You got a shot every single week. Plus, you're going to feel like a winner every time you visit Maxine's on Shine. Voted best downtown Orlando restaurant 3 years in a row. Diverse, comfortable, and delicious with a splash of sexiness. For more information on location and reservations, go to maxinesonshine.com.
Sponsored by the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home at thenickley.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's time for sun-soaked party scenes at MGM Grand, new luxury cabanas at Bellagio, and sandy beach living at Mandalay Bay. Show off your poolside only with MGM Rewards. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people. Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Breathe easy.
When you think about the month of July, you think about freedom, and we have the freedom for a long life. We just have to take care of ourselves, right? Well, Life Imaging FLA wants to help you take care of yourself. They want to help you as far as being proactive and getting a scan and make sure that your heart is fine and you don't have cancer. Life Imaging FLA, they know that early detection of heart disease and cancer can be a game changer in terms of treatment and outcome. Give them a call to get that free heart scan. Call Life Imaging FLA. You pick up your cell phone, you dial pound 250, you say the words free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value, and it's definitely worth it. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. This is definitely worth it. Life Imaging FLA. Ask them about the cancer screening as well. It's Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted.
What?
It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices. On WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Do you need your contractor's license? In 4 short weekends with Camtech School of Construction, you'll be able to ace the state exam. Get legal, get licensed, get Camtech. Join us for a free info seminar this Thursday night at 7 p.m. at the Holiday Inn Universal. 1-800-875-PASS.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman. Instead of talking about how great my law firm is, let's talk about autism awareness. In Central Florida alone, there are thousands of children on the autism spectrum, including my son Jacob. I'm not asking for a donation, but just a couple seconds of kindness when you see one of our children out in public. It will make a huge difference. If you want or need any information concerning the autism community, contact me at jeff@whenyouneedus.com. Offices, Orlando.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the...
And Preston emails, and he says, have you seen this story about this bar called Harry's Banana Farm? Why have I heard that name? I've heard Harry's Banana Farm before somewhere.
This is a first for me. I got to be honest.
No? Yeah, I don't know why I know that, but I do. Harry's Banana Farm. He said they have some Trump sign up at their bar, and they're getting a lot of heat for it. I can't click the link that he has along with it. Look up Harry's Banana Farm, C-Lane, and see if you could find out what's on this sign that people are freaking out about.
Oh, I didn't even finish Harry's before it came up.
Oh, it's working for them then, huh? The people are talking about it.
Let's see. Well, Libs of TikTok.
Okay.
Seems to have posted something. It says, yeah, for Trump. Hold on. Yeah, for Trump. So happy for him. You crazy bastards. Happy. I'm
That's
not
it?
saying anything.
Huh? Yay for Trump. So happy for him, you crazy bastards.
All right. Here's 5 hours ago. It says, how do you miss a head that's that inflated?
Okay. So they put a joke about it. Was it like on like a thing, like a ticker outside the
They're like,
bar?
little
marquee thing or something?
marquee.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good way to get people talking about your bar, and people go, I'm never going back to Harry's Banana Farm again. And that's always a fun ride. Here's another one. tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Hi, Sean. I'm hiding my email so this can be anonymous, this person said. I don't want to wade into politics with my name attached. I do hope you'll still read my note, as it's only a respectful request from a loyal listener. Please look deeper into Trump's policies before you convince your listeners that he is moderate. I did not say that Trump or J.D. Vance were necessarily moderate. That wasn't my claim. I said, I think even though people probably don't understand this or think this, or certainly progressive people would be triggered by me saying it, Trump and J.D. Vance are definitely to the left of the modern Republican Party and all the major figures within the modern Republican Party. They are not to the right. That doesn't mean that they don't have ideas that are bad or anything like that to me. I'm just saying, politically speaking, on a chart, if you were to say where are they aligned, they're not farther out on the right than most people like Mitch McConnell, Glitch McConnell, and all these other folks that I mentioned. He says, I have no doubt that he's a Democrat who has embraced far-right Republican ideology to be president, but that doesn't matter. He surrounded himself with the people who wrote Project 2025. Man, that really gets people. By the way, the people who wrote Project 2025 is the Heritage Group, the Heritage Foundation. And the Heritage Foundation is just like so interwoven into Washington that these kind of things happen. So you'll go, well, some 20-something people or whatever from Trump's administration are now involved in this. The Heritage Foundation is like that. It's an institution in Washington, D.C. that tries to have an impact on Republican policy and is very successful sometimes. What I said was Trump finally went and read, quote unquote, some of the plan, Project 2025, which almost nobody's reading, including me, because it's 1,000 pages long. I'm not wasting my time on that.
Pussy
Trump
won't read 1,000 pages.
Wow.
Trump said he thinks the views on abortion are completely out of line. He said he disagrees with most of what he saw in it. So maybe you think he's just lying about that, and it's a secret plan to put this into action when he goes to the White House? I don't know. He said, just look at the authors and compare it to his administration and advisors. What his true political beliefs are is irrelevant. What matters is who is setting the agenda and policy. He goes on to say, like, he's racist and sexist with all kinds of different reasons for doing this. He will do nothing to confront climate change and will probably exacerbate a terrible situation. His words, we must reject the perennial prophets of doom and their predictions of the apocalypse, and I don't believe it. I don't think that's out of the norm there. I think a lot of people would say the climate doomers are way off, and we're trying to prevent too big of an overcorrection in that direction, which could send people into poverty. That's just me. He's anti-democracy. Well, that's true. He worked to overturn an election, blah, blah, blah. Things have been going his way in the news lately. Strangely enough, that's kind of true, even though he did get shot in the ear. Strangely enough, that probably did help him. And the visuals of him being the tough guy pumping his fist after he got shot and saying, fight, 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 is going to help him with people. They'll go, we got this muttering, weak old man who doesn't seem intimidating to anybody, or we got the other guy, and they might go for that. He says, I know it's tempting to jump on a train that you think is headed to a big win, but this election is critical. I know you know that because I've heard your opinions before. Please be fearless and responsible with the power and voice you have. Thank you, Anonymous. I'm just shooting you straight, and I'll keep doing just that over here. I'm not jumping on any trains, not super into that. Let's work in at least one dispatch, talking about something totally different. Swilly is talking about the country star who now is apologizing for her national anthem performance, and in fact is saying that she was drunk and she's going to rehab now. Here is Swilly.
Hey everybody, happy today.
You too.
It's unfortunate that we had to start the show with a butchering of the national anthem. Those stories always make me just cringe from the inside out.
Very much
I don't
so.
know. I got to side with Sabrina on this one. I don't think she was just hammered because, you know, listening to the performance, she was articulating her words well, but her pitch was just abysmal. And I mean, I get it. There's different kinds of drunk and different kinds of people, so maybe this is just how she gets. But I don't know. There may be something else going on. Anyway, okay, goodbye.
I don't know. I've seen C-Lane drunk, and I think his voice gets better. I think it improves.
Well, you were also getting a little drunk too, so.
How can you ever sort that out? You're right. I don't know if my ears go down in terms of the quality that they're hearing. I don't know. The man can still do it.
More forgiving, maybe.
Could be. Nobody was forgiving of her
I don't know why I
performance, so.
brought that up. You were paying me a great compliment, and I just totally dismantled it because I'm an idiot.
Here's Flying Brian. He's talking about Harry's Banana Farm.
What's up, everybody? West Palm local here. Just wanted to give a little insight on Harry's.
All right.
That is the trademark of that bar. They are very much so a gay bar. In
A gay
Lakeworth,
bar? Okay.
right on Dixie there. So in a heavily trafficked area. And they always have some sort of joke on their sign. Changes at least weekly, typically. And it's almost always topical. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that much that they were on top of the assassination attempt of Trump, because they're always very anti-Trump in their sayings. But
Gotcha.
yeah, never been there. Always kind of wanted to go because of the sign. But yeah, that's Harry's in a nutshell. Peace.
Thank you, Flynn Bride. It seems like only people who don't know this place will be the ones who were offended by it. People who like aren't customers of this place. How could they do this? And again, I'm never going there again. It's the same charade every time something like this happens. Nobody really means half of what they're saying. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Share the Show Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. This afternoon, we're going to top out at 94 degrees, feeling like 108 with the humidity. Our rain chance at 60%, so we'll see numerous downpours, lightning storms, and wind gusts over 40 or even up to 50 miles per hour. Now, our storm chances tomorrow drop to 30%, but they'll ramp back up this weekend to another likely 70% chance during the afternoon, so stay storm aware if you're doing anything outdoors.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Summertime is here, and now we are ready to play poker. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Presents the Real Radio Texas Hold'em Charity Poker Tournament, benefiting the mustard seed of Central Florida. Saturday, August 17th at the Orlando Science Center. Top player wins a trip to Las Vegas, baby. Play poker alongside the staff of Real Radio. Early bird tickets are available tomorrow at 10 a.m. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more information. Thanks to Hard Rock Cafe Orlando and Fun Planners.
It's the time of year when everyone is making plans to hit the road. If you're gearing up to get outside, Amazon Automotive is here to help. Whether you're hitting the beach, the trail, or somewhere in between, you'll find great deals on parts and accessories for your car, truck, motorcycle, or RV. Simply visit us online to customize your vehicle with a wide selection of floor mats, bike racks, camping equipment, power sports, accessories, and more. Get going today at Amazon.com/automotive. That's Amazon.com/automotive.
The best kept secret for couples and singles is a secret no more. Secret's Hideaway Resort and Spa, Kissimmee's adults only resort, is hosting a special poolside tasting of Triple R brand whiskey and tequila Del Toro, Saturday, July 27th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Daisy Del Toro and Russ Rollins will be on hand for all of the poolside fun. Come for the tasting and stay all weekend long for the Secret sexy Christmas and July weekend and pool parties. Visit secretsfl.com for more information and reservations.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Breathe easy.
And now, another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own, you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Introducing Lumi for Men, and we named him Mando. American-made, doctor-developed, clinically proven whole-body deodorant. Built for men, built for hard work. I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the inventor of Mando Whole Body Deodorant for pits, packages, and feet. Because we all know our pits aren't the only place we get odor. Mando Whole Body Deodorant is different from anything you've ever tried before. It stops odor before it starts, powered by our acidified technology. Mando controls odor anywhere you have it. My patented whole body deodorant formula has over 200,000 five-star reviews. And because Mando has a 60-day stink-free guarantee, you can try Mando risk-free.
For a limited time, new and returning customers can go to shopmando.com and save up to 30% on products like the Mando Starter Pack, Bourbon Leather Cleansing Bar, and Mount Fuji Solid Deodorant. Plus, get free shipping when you use the Black Friday and July code listed on site. That's shopmando.com to save up to 30% today. That's shopmando.com. See site for details.
Men over 45. Do you have a frequent, urgent need to urinate or a weak flow? Do you suffer from an enlarged prostate or BPH? Know your options. If BPH medications are bothering you or you're worried about invasive surgery, ask about the UroLift system. The UroLift system is an outpatient, minimally invasive procedure. It reopens the channel with no cutting and provides rapid symptom relief with no new, sustained erectile or ejaculatory dysfunction, as shown in a clinical study. Go to urolift.com and click on Find a Physician for a doctor near you. Urolift.com. UROLIFT.com. Most common side effects are temporary and can include discomfort when urinating, urgency, inability to control the urge, pelvic pain, and some blood in the urine. Rare side effects, including bleeding and infection, may lead to a serious outcome and may require intervention. If you suffer from symptoms of an enlarged prostate or BPH, the UroLift system is a proven alternative to BPH medication or invasive surgery. Visit urolift.com and click on Find a Physician to speak to a doctor to see if you're a candidate for the UroLift system.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
That didn't make the cut, and today we're going to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. Still time to share the show on the Share the Show Tuesday, by the way.
You guys load up your cards today?
No, I forgot about Prime Day entirely. You guys both bought stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my
What'd
wife
you get?
has.
Did you get anything good?
I think so. I mean, we'll see. A lot of, I had to act fast.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need it? No.
What did you get a deal on, though?
I got a deal on a power bank that's going to go into the bug out bag.
Which one did you get?
I don't even remember. I just found the best deal, most or highest reviews.
Is this like
discount.
on their homepage or something? Or are you actually like searching
that,
around?
And there was a TikTok guy that I follow that was like, here are the best deals, but here's a code, and he said these high reviews. Some of his codes didn't work, but it seemed like Amazon got a hold of it, and it was still the same price that he had promoted on his video.
Really?
And then right now the one thing that I'm looking for but don't need it right away is I want to get me one of those litter genies, the litter robot.
Like a robot litter box for cats?
Yeah, man. I spent a long time cleaning out the litter box today, and I'm like, if I'm ready for the robot.
Yeah, let it happen.
And it's very expensive, but if it's on a Prime Day, then count me in.
I was going to get
left out.
I was going to get one of the power banks, and I think I lost out on the deal, but there's another one.
There's a lot of different ones. You got to be careful with that stuff because it's like Prime Day deal, but no one's ever bought it or heard of it before. Hit it now.
You got to get that plug-in. I have a plug-in where when you go to Amazon, it tells you historically the price of an item.
Honey.
So Honey does that too, but mine's like it puts a graph on the Amazon page. So do you see the price and all that? And below the price, there's a graph, and it says over the last couple of years what the price has been. And so you can see if it's actually a good deal. But I don't know. I assume some of these are at least good deals. We'll see a lot of people buying that today. Somebody says this is cringe from the Republican National Convention. Well, let's see. Is it really? Tim Scott?
Our God still saves. He still delivers. And he still sets free. Because on Saturday, the devil came to Pennsylvania holding a rifle. But an American lion got back up on his feet, and he roared! Oh, yeah! He roared!
He did the roar. He did the roar twice.
He's almost trying to be the next Howard Dean.
At least he got some coverage for that. Meanwhile...
Was that giant thing, procession I saw with 15 cops on the way to work?
What was?
The screenshot I sent you. Celine distracted us by the cardinal.
As the old Reddit
Alert.
searcheroo.
Oh, I didn't even see it. No, I'm sorry.
I'm not even kidding. It was 17 cops on the express.
Oh my God. I didn't even realize that on that screenshot you sent, those dots were cops. I just thought there was traffic on the road.
Oh, was there somebody in town? I know I saw some other cops that were stationed out by the arena because that's where I get on the highway.
It was for someone important, but it's the RNC, so I don't know who and what.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Somebody
we'll have to get to
bye.
We'll get to the dispatches tomorrow. Real quick, the stories that didn't make the cut. 911 outages across the country. There's been at least 18 of them this year. Clearly, our 911 system could use some work and some funding. And Donald Trump memorabilia from the assassination attempt hits eBay. People are selling their parking passes for hundreds of dollars. One of them going for $385 for a parking pass from the event. I don't know if they've found that yet. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Let's get the hell out of here. Here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Wednesday, July 16th, 2024. Let's see if you guys know this show from the 80s. This show.
The one with Robin Williams.
There's only 5 seconds left on the clock.
5-second MacGyver.
That's right, MacGyver. MacGyver never started off to be a show on its own. It was supposed to be something called Hourglass, which was before it. And each episode was going to be an hour and stand by itself. They said this format will never work. The creator then went on to make 24 years later, which was that exact format. And today learned this band right here.
Tenacious D.
That's right, Tenacious D indeed. They're having a hard day, so we'll give them this. Today learned Dave Grohl has played drums on all of Tenacious D's studio albums, starting way back in the 90s when they first formed. Founded by Jack Black and Kyle Gass, who finds himself in some trouble these days. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.